here we are with Godbound, 10 Buried Blades. It is November 2016. I am Devin the GM, and to my right we have X playing Y.
Peter as the Crucible of Creation.
Kevin is Grant.
And Nicole is Shanna.
Alright, gang, this is part 2 of the 10 Buried Blades module. And this is a post-Trump America we are broadcasting from.
Well, post-Trump Canada for us.
Like Trump America. Like it's a post-Trump America. Trump's not in Canada.
They said that post-Trump America we're broadcasting from, as in we're broadcasting from America.
Like a future where you've ruined it.
No, Devin, you phrased it incorrectly, and he was correcting you because you phrased it incorrectly.
You guys ruined it, and now he's going to make it great again. Oh my god, that's a horror show.
Right?
The back of my hand says strike an orphan.
That is just very non sequitur.
When do we ever worry about that?
It's so good. So, would you guys like to briefly recap, not succinctly, but coherently, what happened last session?
Well, we killed an old guy.
That did happen.
We killed a young woman who was spouting mist from everywhere.
Right.
That did happen.
You did know that,
We
yeah.
talked with a Canadian.
You killed an old priest and a new priest.
We met a Canadian.
Yes, you met someone from the Bright Republic. I can make all the capital cities from Canada.
Yes.
Their capital city could be Ottawa.
Let's go to Vancouver.
We shut down the slave operations, or one of the main slave operations.
And extortion rings.
You guys killed a mob boss who had slaves.
Big feet.
I thought he was the one who kind of controlled most of the...
The slavers control the slavery.
Yeah.
They are not in this town.
He's a mob boss.
Yeah.
He was an old, rich businessman who built himself up by his bootstraps.
A rice broker.
Well, maybe if he didn't then freaking wrap those straps around the poor people's throats, we'd be fine with it.
He didn't know it was wrong. He's a 9th generation rice farmer.
Oh no.
And now he's dead.
Does he want to make this place great again?
Oh my god.
So,
Oh my god.
we killed that idiot, freed all the slaves, now the slaves get to live in his house, and...
Do they get to live in your house? I thought they were just free.
Well, they can leave if they want to, but we're also like, oh hey, and also if you want to live in this house, you can just live here.
Instead of wandering
Like,
out in
yeah.
the desert and getting recaptured.
Right?
And, punished for running away from your masters.
You're free to
Yeah.
go, but stay.
Like, you can leave if you have a place to go, but you probably don't, so...
Well, there's that one chick that had a place to go, but she also had some stalker.
And now he has a broken leg. So
No,
On her
that...
face.
Wait, who broke their leg?
I broke someone's
Kevin.
leg.
No, you beat up the other guy.
One of the guys, either way.
The stalker and the counter stalker.
Yes.
Yeah, and then we bribed some local city officials to just leave because we don't want him here anymore, and yeah.
He's not leaving, he's just letting us have that place. And eventually he'll move out because he'll move
He's bribing his way
onward and
upwards.
upward.
Magistrate Shu Li, Li Shu, they reversed it in this. Magistrate Li Shu took all the money from Big Feet Zoo that you guys got from him, and he's going to use it to bribe himself out of this shithole. Someone else will eventually come and replace him from his boss, Governor Jiang of Yichao. But in the meantime, he's going to let you guys be co-magistrates or junior magistrates, assistant to the regional managers.
Mm-hmm.
And then when the other magistrate comes in, he's going to let the new magistrate know that he's not in charge, you guys are in charge. And that new magistrate's not going to give a fuck as long as you keep the tax money flowing to him so he can send the tax money to his boss, and his boss is not going to give a fuck because he'll either won't know or if he eventually finds out, as long as he can send the tax money to the regent, like the governor, like the king.
As long as money exchanges hands, it's all good.
Keep the tax money flowing.
Said the royal.
Who was making the taxes really dickish?
Both of them.
The Magister Li Shu was making the taxes total dicks, and Big Feet Zoo was also extorting money from people.
Yeah, but if they have, like, normal level taxes, then it won't like kill everyone. Like,
Yeah.
they can pay the normal taxes. It's fine,
Again,
right?
Lishu,
I mean, they're broke right now, so
Yeah.
no. That's not how it works.
Lishu was extorting you because he wanted to get his bribe going some way or the other, and Big Feet Zoo was extorting you because he could.
Yeah, and the governor was extorting Li Shu for the final bribe he needs to get out of here because Li Shu did some shit that got him sent to this hellhole. And he's been paying it off ever since to get out of here.
So we only need to take care of the big evil guy in the mountains, and then we're set.
Oh, there's also this weird cult going around that we should probably investigate. They're called the
Do you want to
Flame
get into
Monks.
the religion? Yeah, no. Sure, we could also look into that.
Like, so far, the only thing we've really heard about it is that they don't like corrupt leaders, and also there's like a golden god or a golden king.
A golden god!
Yeah, there's like a golden king that wants
Dennis.
to take everything back
Take us
From-
back, golden
Make it
lord.
great again.
from
Oh
all
my god,
the.
he's a golden lord.
Are we just going to reference that in everything?
I can't, it's impossible not to now.
The way you described it, I was picturing it more like the bad guy from
X-Men.
that X-Men movie.
Yeah.
Which bad guy from which X-Men movie?
The one you just
Apocalypse?
watched, the God
No
King.
more systems.
Oh, yes,
Apocalypse.
yes, Apocalypse.
Yeah.
No more superpowers.
Yeah, that's what it was described like. But anyways, so we need to go up the mountain.
The Flame Monks. They're training for war.
And now we have a guide up there, so...
Do we?
Yeah.
For
What's his
the-
face was gonna... Li Shu was gonna set us up with one.
Yes, the one person who knows how to get up the mountain, who the security force usually goes with.
Mm.
And he gave us my weight in silver.
Yeah, we've got wealth
Yeah.
too.
You got wealth too. Boop, boop.
And we
You
spent
did
wealth
have
5.
wealth 5.
Well, not anymore.
Fair enough.
And we found a Celestial Shard.
Yes, you did.
Wealth 2. And there's a celestial shard, but I don't think I care about that. / I take it. So
Yep.
You saw it, and you intrinsically understand its power.
yeah, I know what it is, but
Technically speaking, you could use that shard to repair the reality engine that runs this part of reality, but I don't think you guys fully grasp that yet.
we don't
Yeah.
fully understand anything.
We don't even
We
understand
don't-
our own abilities.
Yeah.
That's kind of why we're going up the mountain.
Yeah, we're like, hey guy, you know a lot of stuff. Tell us about the stuff, and also stop being evil.
And
Also
he's
the
like,
punch you.
what?
Oh no.
I'll
Palpatine.
lightning. Oh no, I'll just force lightning him too, because that's my thing.
Fucking shit!
No, Storm, no.
Use like fertility or health or beasts to make bees sting him.
Oh,
Oh,
cancer.
fucking lord!
Give him
No,
a cancer
bees,
tumor
uh,
that produces bees.
Oh,
Like in Bioshock, where you take that plasmid.
no.
Yeah. Except malicious.
Hmm.
That plasmid was pretty malicious. If someone snuck that plasmid into my food, it's like, now you can create bees. I'm like,
No.
I don't want this.
They're crawling in my fingers.
What the fuck?
If you have that fear of holes, you're just gonna be...
Yeah.
I think everyone has that fear.
That's what I'm picturing. Just like you have like little, like it's like a tumor that has like little like holes in it, and the bees are like kind of like have to squeeze their way out of the holes inside of you. Oh,
Why couldn't you just give me the crow one?
Ah.
Jesus. Or the
Fucking-
money summoning one. Why not
Fucking
that?
lord.
So you can make some honey and enjoy sweet, sweet tea.
I'd rather not have honey if it means that.
Now that I have this plasmid, I don't want to even hang out with other people because they could have it.
Just give someone a jar of honey. It's like, I made it myself.
I made this for you.
Gross.
My hands are dripping with honey every day.
This is like you're like trying to fucking work on your computer or write shit down. It's like, it's all over the paper.
Yeah,
It's in my fucking typewriter.
They're like silicone keyboards and everything.
You're like a hand talker, and you're just gesturing, and people are dying of bees, and you're like, I'm sorry, it just does that when I get excited.
They're so
Buzz,
angry.
buzz.
I swear this hasn't happened before.
It's the first time.
Anyway, we're back. So yeah, you guys have influence, which you can commit to things, and uncommit, and it basically counts as dominion.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys have dominion, which you'll need to spend to be able to level up by the end of the session. And you have the town of Kongfeng.
Confing.
I think we had all really kind of established what we wanted to do with our separate dominion, too, so...
Mm.
What do you want to do?
I want to start focusing on the harbor. Actually, no, the militia here, and the defenses.
Okay. What do you want to do to this militia?
Train them. Like, make them ranged fighting, basically.
Okay.
Sharpshooters.
Dominion totally lets you do that.
So what are the facts of this place?
Okay, there we go. So Confront is actually written up in this module. It is a Power 2, Cohesion 2 faction with a 1d8 action die. It has a single feature, excellent fortifications and defensive garrison. It has 3 problems, each worth 1 point. Rebellious Cult of the Golden Lord, Bigfoot Zoo's banditry, and Real Man Xiao's dangerous experiments. And the banditry is now crossed out because you guys resolved it.
Yay.
With violence.
It's awesome that it already is, fortifying stuff, though.
Yep, it was a fortress city.
Okay. Then, what do you guys want to do with your Dominion on this thing? Add features? Something?
Is that how it works?
How much Dominion do I have?
2.
Okay, because my sheet says 0.
Is there some rule for establishing your own little guild thingy? I don't know. I want to have my own little practice of magic technician.
That would be changing this city. Because the city has people in it, and it's the people you've been changing.
Yeah, but it's almost like creating my own faction within the city.
Yeah, creating your own faction, though, needs the people inside of it.
Okay, sure. So if I change the city later, I can use those as my cult start, I guess.
So that's the intention of Kong Fang is to be a start for your guys' cults.
Okay.
Kong Fang is a village. No, it is
A city.
a city.
Power 2?
Okay, no, that's bullshit.
Well, 100,000 people?
It has 2,000 people.
So that's a village, basically.
That's just a little bit... Yeah, like, a city has up to 100,000 people. A major city, Kong Fang isn't major. It's like a little dude.
Especially Power 1.
Yeah.
It has 1 feature, so that would make sense.
So we can
Exactly.
make 2 changes to it each, then?
6,
Well, yeah, it depends on what the multipliers are, because it's all Power 1... It's a size 1 city.
Yeah.
Okay? So that means depending on how you want to make changes, it alters. Like if you want to make a plausible change, it's times 1. If you want to make an improbable change, it's times 2. So some examples they give for plausible are...
You just go to our wiki. Does not require violating the laws of nature or angelic local powers. Convince laws that take course of action that is not obviously harmful. Establishing a new industry in the location that might be reasonably supported. Banishing a harmful social custom that doesn't underpin local society. Or discovering new resources that might possibly be found.
Yeah, so, and also under empowering and creating beings, teaching people common skills up to an adequate level of proficiency is a plausible change with a times 1 difficulty modifier. They can gain new mundane talents or the proficiency of 1 hit die warriors. For NPCs, assume they gain a fact relevant to the teaching. Doing this repeatedly can start to stretch the boundaries of probability, however, as the people become remarkable polymaths.
Cool.
Teaching everyone into a low magic tradition or an expert hydraulic engineer is improbable with a times 2 multiplier. So if you wanted, you could dump your 2 Dominion in here and... sorry. I went about this the wrong way. Okay. The amount of Dominion the multiplier starts at is the amount of reach you want to have.
Yeah.
Not the place you're at. So you don't want to make everyone in Kong Fang into your fucking tradition. You want to change whatever you are going to pay for.
Yep.
So at level 1, you could do up to 1,000 people, or a small village, or...
Can you please tell me where I can find this? I can also be reading it.
Oh, this is on page 129 is where the chart starts. But the whole chapter called Changing the World is really...
Here's the digest version of it in our wiki.
But anyway, the other option you have at Dominion 1 is a village of a few square miles or up to 1,000 people. So what you could do is, you could enchant this square mile area with like an obelisk, and people who are around the obelisk for a few square miles, up to 1,000 people ever, will be irradiated by it and become your types of thaumaturges. Or it could simply be that people who learn in the area will never leave the area and will just be those types of people within Kong Fang.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, not people will leave, but not enough will leave that it'll ever be useful to you. Or you could just mass train, like you could sit down with 1,000 people and be like, boom, minted into thaumaturges. And then they can go wherever they damn well please. There are different ways you can kind of press at it. And yeah, you could be building, like they even give rules for building manses, essentially. Like you build like an academy that's mundane, but it's just completely staffed, well built, and it can, teach people to be soldiers or hydraulic engineers or bridge builders. Or it could be like a temple that you go in and you're irradiated with knowledge lights until you know the thing. Like, depending on how crazy it is, changes things.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And this city's main money-making thing, industry is the word I'm looking for, is like just rice? It's just, if they make rice?
Little things. Little things all over the place, and they're a trade town. Confront doesn't really have like a main industry.
So probably it's like, a little bit Traders Guild. People come into this place to trade and sell their right, probably.
Okay.
So it's a blank slate. If you want to focus
Actually,
on...
kind of sucks for the people that live here.
you
So
know.
that means that, like, they basically run shops instead of making something.
Oh, no,
There's a
there are
very
makers all
unreliable
over the
thing.
place in Confront.
You're just not like one monolithic thing that you say, oh,
They're
forest.
not mining town or farm town. They're a bunch of shitty stuff.
They're a town.
For instance, many of the cultists that converted to the Golden Lord were like the poorest of the poor. Charcoal burners on like the outskirts of town. Like,
Charcoal burners?
making fucking charcoal.
You take wood, you burn it, you make it into charcoal.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's a profession back in the medieval times.
I guess would need to be, yeah. It never really occurred to me how people make charcoal.
Yeah.
I want to have a shipyard built. That's what I want to put Dominion into.
Okay. Alright.
That'd be a simple change, right? Like just a *1.
Yeah, you're just telling people that you're going to build a shipyard, and it's going to happen.
Yeah, and for the other, it's to start training.
One-hit die warriors?
Yeah.
Yeah. In a week or two, that'll basically pull itself together.
Okay, so yeah, for shipbuilding, just a shipyard.
So I guess add the features.
Would that be adding features? The reason we're recording this part too is because it's a part of the module.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This module is supposed to introduce you guys to the very basics of being able to change shit.
Mhm.
And Tenberry Blades actually has some guidelines for using Dominion and Influence, which I should take a look at.
And sorry, if I teach people my,
Magics.
the Merciful Hand,
Yeah.
how high do they learn it?
All of it.
Like all Archmage, everything? Wow.
You look like you have a counterpoint.
No. Well, I guess that would be Dominion. Maybe
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, this is improbable.
Okay. Well, yeah. If it's improbable, then yeah, you do have 1,000 trained people, as you said.
More than your village
Oh.
ever had. Because that's how being Godbound works. You fucking supercharge it.
Okay. Because, well, I was like, I want to help them have stuff they can have money because they need money to not starve and stuff, but also healing just helps the community in general. And also, people come here for trade and everything anyways, and if word gets around that they have, magic healers, like a lot of them here, people might actually just come here
Well,
if they have really hard,
if you
health
want,
problems.
we could pull it up together so we could have a whole village of, say, magic technicians or healers and so forth. There'll be a power too, so we'll have up to 100,000 of them.
Sorry, for what?
Well, if you want to turn this whole place into magicians, like, again, my Theo technicians or your healers, we pull up the Dominion up to 4, because there's power 2 times 2 improbable multiplier, and we have a whole village of this.
He
Yeah,
keeps
but would it have to
assuming
be
they're
one or the
2-point
other?
plausible changes. I'm going to have to look into that.
Well, if you're changing the whole city, that's power 2, that's sort of like a 2-point plausible change.
But this is for like afflicting a local PC. It's a 2-point plausible change for minor afflictions to a local NPC. And this is just using influence. Your baby Dominion.
Uh-huh.
So I'm going to go to page 122 and find out why, to see maybe if I've missed something with the rules. Do you guys mind if we pause?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so yeah, what did you want? You wanted to build a shipyard?
Yep.
That sounds like a plausible change. You're new to the village, which has more than 1,000 people, so it starts at a ×2 multiple. Like it starts at 2 points.
Okay.
So it's 2 Dominion, and you'll be able to get people together and start building a shipyard, or you start building a shipyard in your off time.
Could I use influence to make them faster?
Influence only lasts as long as you commit it, and once you pull the influence back, it'll unravel itself. You've already spent the Dominion; it's happening. It's going to take a few weeks,
Well,
which isn't terrible at all.
With influence, you can build something else, like, make them train
Oh, yeah,
soldiers.
you could
or
throw
something.
influence into other stuff.
No, suddenly there's sailors. for a while.
Yeah, for 2 Dominion, you can add a factional shipyard to this place.
Can you, spend influence to make one person, a really good sailor and really good at teaching people to be sailors? And then he teaches people, and then you pull out the influence, so he's no longer a good sailor, but everyone he teaches would still be a sailor.
How influence spending works is that influence is essentially Dominion. It just can't get as high as Dominion can, because Dominion can do impossible changes. Influence represents you guys using your powers in the background, off camera, during downtime, to do whatever it is you guys want to do. Like how a crafter in standard games, does his crafting off screen. The trick with Dominion is once you pull it away, whatever you had invested in, or influence, is once you pull it away, it unravels itself. Inevitably, it'll cease to function in the way you want it to function, and it'll go back to the way it was before. Doesn't matter what the influence was, doesn't matter the circumstances you want to put it in. If the influence is no longer there, it'll go back. It's like a rubber band. It'll just go back to its natural shape afterwards.
Yep.
So if you use your influence to make one guy the Dread Corsair Roberts or whatever, and you pull your influence out, he might still be a great Corsair. He might just leave, though. And the people he trained might go with him.
No, it returns to the status quo, basically. So,
Yeah, status quo returns, sometimes in catastrophic ways. He raises up a bloody pirate army, and they all have to get killed by the villagers because he goes drunk with power. Because no one ever goes reasonable with power.
Or you make a whole village of pirates, and they all leave, and you have an empty village.
Or he comes back to the village one day with a plague. Because he's a sailor now.
Yarr.
There's several examples. Influence is good for helping a place while you're there with your powers. The best way to make permanent changes to a village is to just do it in character. But influence is for off-screen, and Dominion is for, arcing stuff. Kevin puts in Dominion into Kong Feng, and, in, a couple of weeks, a week or two, maybe even 3 at most, Kong Feng will have a giant shipyard industry now.
Yep.
It'll just be there. They'll be building ships, outfitting ships, repairing ships, making them and selling them. It'll be a whole thing. And people will be there to support the industry.
Okay.
Good.
So I guess spend $1 million at de facto Gongfeng.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Kevin will put 2 Dominion to give Kong Feng and put in the note, just say in the note, adding shipyard to Kong Feng.
In features?
No, just on the note sheet itself, just as away from Kong Feng itself, just be like, Kevin, I spent Dominion on this, and then we'll hash it out, more afterwards, because it's like a progress bar right now. And you want to commit Dominion to making these guys soldiers?
I have a question.
I mean influence.
Influence?
Yeah. They'll just bounce back
To
afterwards.
protect against the flaying monks.
Yeah, sure. Might as well while we're going.
All right. If you commit, you started with 2 influence, right?
Yep.
All right. If you commit the 2 influence, you can make a probable change because this place I think just costs 2.
Yeah.
This is just a 2 influence area. All the local militia and soldiers will become 1-hit die trained soldiers as opposed to chaff. And I guess use bow and crossbows and stuff, which the 3 of you can easily fabricate.
Mm-hmm.
So you can outfit them, and as long as you keep your influence committed, they will always be good soldiers. And if you gain Dominion later, you can make it a permanent fact, give them an academy of some sort. Which would really help them be Corsairs, because then they have ships and crossbows and bows. So they drive up in their ship, pelted with arrows, shoot out the windows, and then they board.
Plus bows, so I can make them really good with any kind of ranged weaponry. So cannons.
Yeah. All right, so that is you. Influence Dominion, committed. Nicole.
I still don't know how much to spend to give them a magic, basically.
The Magic Academy, because Kong Feng has, you have probable and improbable changes, and it would be probable to teach them all their Taoist stuff, because it's a culture they already have. It would be improbable for them to learn your healing hands thing that comes from the top of a mountain in another nation.
Mm-hmm.
So that makes it times 2, and they're already a size 2 nation, so it would be 4 Dominion.
Okay.
Well, I guess you can make a smaller guild of 1,000 people
I'm not trying to make people, I'm trying to make a building that does it.
Yeah, like an academy.
Yeah, but the academy then will be only for 1,000 people, not for all of Gongfeng. So you have 1,000 healers inside of Gongfeng. And that will be a power 1 change. That's improbable, so that will be 1 times 2. and a part of the city will be healed. Not everybody, just one part. Will that work?
The trick with Confang, and the reason why it's power 2, is Confang is not just this city. Confang is this city and large provinces. So if you scale it down so it's only this immediate area, that means your healers probably won't be able to treat everyone in the surrounding area, because the academy itself will be focused on training people, giving them instruction, getting them up to snuff, and them going out and starting to treat, like... There's a lot of problems in Confang's immediate area. It's very dense.
Well, then I guess we could just start here, and later when we get more dominion, you could expand
that could
it.
work.
So start with some, academy inside of the city, and next session you can bridge it out the whole area.
And then the entire faction of Confang will have super theurges.
Yep.
And yeah, it's good. And after that, you're going to start straining credibility, because with his shipyard, your theurgy, and then trying to add like them being good soldiers or them being like whatever you were thinking of, that's going to start to make Confang stress under the amount of facts they have.
Well, yeah, because if we add facts to Confang, they also get problems, basically.
Basically, if you keep making these people better, which is what the Academy and the Docks and the Soldier program do, it starts to stress probability.
Mm-hmm.
What are the odds in this city that you'd have a bunch of expert shift builders, expert warriors, who are also expert healers?
Yeah.
It breaks, and then it starts making these changes more implausible.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess I'll establish a Technician Guild inside of the city, so that'll be Power 1 Improbable. And for my influence, I guess I'll equip them, people with some good stuff from the Technician Guild, some better gear.
If it's improbable, wouldn't it be 4 Dominion then?
Yeah, before Dominion.
A small faction of Power 1 inside of Confang, not the whole of it, just...
It's not like her thing's not a faction. It's an institution inside this faction.
Yeah.
So
yes.
I know you're using the word faction. It's throwing me off.
Okay. So
basically, you're both creating like theurgy academies.
Yeah.
Okay. That's going to be the breaking point.
Okay.
Because you're going to have 2 entire magic academies making people into expert healers and expert magi technicians and corsairs.
Okay.
If I can just make their land really fertile or some shit instead, so that they have lots of good food to sell and have, that'd be fine.
Probably could.
Yeah. What are your words? What are your words again?
I don't have fertility.
Sky.
Yeah, I have
So,
alacrity,
rain.
bow, and sky. So yeah, sky lets me control the weather.
So you have a nice weather here. Very...
You could just have a rice field where it's constantly raining in that one area.
Yeah, doesn't rice grow better when it's drowned?
Oh yeah, that's why they have those
It's like...
it's
it needs to be
underwater,
just
basically.
perfectly. So you never have drought or something like that. Or...
All right, so the weather is always fertile.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, boom. That could be what you spend your Dominion on. And yeah, basically you guys need more Dominion to start to supercharge this place in the way you want. Or you crush up that Celestial Shard for Dominion.
No. I'll be useful for later.
Because yeah, as long as you're in town.
It doesn't let me...
You gotta refresh your page, buddy. I said that at the beginning. Okay. Yeah, so... Yeah, hopefully. So it's a plausible change with your Sorcerer's Might.
For the whole of Confang, that's Power 2, so that'll be 2 times 1.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's all of Confang, because Confang is the faction you guys are engaging with.
But yeah, I guess when the Dominion will take hold, though, that it'll start gaining problems as well, because whatever we do, there's some counter to it as well.
Yeah.
That we'll have to solve, eventually.
Yeah. Which is fine. You don't have to solve them. You don't have to solve them.
Yeah.
They'll just be things that'll start to crop up naturally because life kind of bounces.
Yeah.
People's lives get better. It doesn't come back to a neutral state. This isn't Elder Scrolls Oblivion, where no matter how much you level up, every other NPC in the game levels up with you. It's just things change. Your actions have consequences, and the consequences are sometimes good, sometimes bad, but consequences always happen.
The city's more wealthy, so it's going to invite more crime because people are going to
More people are going to move here, different cultures. Culture clashes are a huge thing. Confang's right on the border of this nation and the other one, and that creates huge racial tension problems because, one enslaved the other recently.
Fun.
And a big port means pirates and stuff like that. Not just raiding the
Sailors.
place, but like stopping by, getting drunk at the taverns on the
Yeah, corsairs
Corsairs, yeah.
and sellswords.
Which is kind of what Grand's aiming for here, is to start like a whole Corsair.
Start a shady town.
Yeah, basically make like Bad Guy Street along the harbor's edge.
Why would you want that?
Mortiera Bay. He really misses it, so he's trying to rebuild it.
You're gonna make it better this time. More hookers.
So he basically wants to make a little port-side town part. But, you know, without all the constant horror of ghouls coming in and eating your children, or spiders laying on your face.
You know, that could be added later.
To be fair, do you know that's not still here as well?
He sleeps with his face down now. That's always been a thing.
Yeah, so basically, if you guys start throwing enough low magic traditions at this place, it stops becoming probable and starts becoming improbable. But that's fine, because it doesn't get much worse than improbable. It's just always improbable.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
That's what the punishment would be.
Well, for us, the magic is already improbable.
Yeah, so I had to reread to
Okay.
figure out what it meant. So you guys could do 2 traditions and it would just be improbable.
Okay.
Okay. So I can either make their crops really good,
Give them food.
or I can give them magic.
Yeah.
I'd say starting with the basics would be best. Because
Yeah.
then once we have more people, then we
Yeah.
can start to...
Yeah.
Food,
exactly.
tools, trade. Perfect.
All right. So you'll spend your dominion to change the weatherscape of this area with sky. You're going to set up a Theotechnician Academy guild. So that's 2 dominion there. And yeah, just make the note on the notes
Yep.
under your name. And you are building a shipyard.
Mm-hmm.
What are you spending your influences on?
I have a question for my thing though, because I still have no idea how much fuck this costs.
It costs you 2 dominion because
2
it is
times
a
1.
level 2 area.
Okay,
And it's
so
a plausible change, so that means you multiply it by 1.
power 2 and plausible, is that the word you're trying to say?
Plausible.
Probable.
Okay.
Both words.
No, on this sheet it says plausible, improbable,
sorry,
and
plausible.
impossible.
Plausible.
Plausible.
Thank you.
Plausible, probable, possible, basically. Like it makes sense. It doesn't stretch credibility.
So, I guess you want to make your shipyard a power 2 for the whole gun thing? Because then you'll be...
Yeah, it is power 2.
Yeah.
It's just probable.
In the notes, it was power 1. So now it changes.
Yeah, I'll find a standardized way for us to write this all down.
Sounds good.
How
And
do
yeah,
I phrase that?
The weather is supernaturally fertile.
Yeah.
It lends itself perfectly to the local crops.
and with my influence, I'm just training the militia to, you know,
Yep.
be better with
2 points of
crossbows.
influence. They're all soldiers.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I'm giving them good equipment. That's also 2 influence from my Theotechnician Guild.
All right, and that's just like a fact they have that they have really good gear.
Yeah.
Okay. And what are you doing with your influence? Well, what would you want to do with your influence? Something temporary that you could do while you're around town, like giving people good health?
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of sick people here in Common.
Yeah, I'm also going to be constantly using my magic to
Yeah,
heal them.
That's
so-
exactly
That is
what
influence.
influence
Yeah.
is. That is exactly what influence represents.
You're probably going to want to use your influence for health because the weather's changing. So it's going to be a completely different climate. So people are going to be at first.
It's not going to be a completely different climate. It's going to be an optimal climate. Good weather all around, as opposed to, fucking droughts or fucking hurricanes.
Mhm. Good weather for the people isn't necessarily good weather for the crops, but I'm assuming it's going to adjust that.
They'll adapt.
Yeah, so it'll be really nice in town, but you go out to the rice places.
It's Ferenginar.
Well,
Right.
basically, you'll be able to set your clocks based on the when it rains.
Yeah, like a sprinkler system.
From clouds.
Probably good weather. Yeah, so just say you commit your 2 influence for the very plausible thing of tending to the sick and healing them. Did your computer lock up?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we gotta look into transferring you to the other laptop, dude. At the very least, have you backed up your files, because then I can start troubleshooting later.
Haven't done any.
We'll do that this weekend, because I can troubleshoot and probably fix the issue.
Okay.
Alright,
Can you add that to the
sure.
influence thing for me?
Let me pause. So, now that's all done, and you guys all have your stuff spent, what is up? Has time passed at all since you guys took on the bandits?
Well, as far as I remember, the next shipment up the mountain will be for a few days at least.
Time, yeah. So there's time before you guys can be... You left the water bottle behind, Nicole. So there is time before you guys have to go up the mountain and presumably
Beat someone up.
deal with the sage. So I think if there's time, you've been dealing with the magistrate here and setting up your little institutions.
Yes.
Exactly.
So is there anything you want to do before going up the mountain?
Set up the living situation in the Bigfoot Zoo's old place.
Yeah.
Because we're like, hey slaves, you can live here now. You're not slaves anymore. And they're like, okay, but also
Oh, basically, it's our place now. We fixed it up, and they can live here and work for us.
they can live here and they don't have to work for us.
But they can.
I'm gonna start helping them
If we
with...
pay them, they can.
Basically,
Yeah.
the
That's
leftovers...
what working for us means.
Yes.
Just sounds really shady. We're like, we freed you. Now you're our servants.
No.
Servants get paid, not slaves.
So majestic.
You can print money to pay them.
I'll just take rocks, smack them in my hand, and give them coins.
Did you take... What were your words? Artifice?
Artifice, sorcery, and knowledge.
You didn't take wealth.
No.
Choice.
Eh.
Gold.
Oh no. I'll just make gold. All this stuff. I make paper money.
Paper money.
I can earn my own living.
Alright. So, what were you saying, Kevin? You're going to help people kill themselves?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm going to do. No, I'm going to help them with setting up kind of a makeshift little village for all the, new people that...
Oh yeah, this compound has space for ages. And it's in the shadow of the Red Crow Mountain.
Yeah. So taking basically the leftover wood from the shipyard that, can't be used for actual ships and the building of warehouses and the like, we're going to use that to start setting up a little housing situation. It's like, it'll be better over time, but for now, this will be, housing for you.
Mm-hmm. That influence you committed to confront doesn't just apply to the city; it applies to the entire area too. Like for,
So it applies here as well.
Sorry, for
Yeah.
who?
Confront.
No, I know, but he's saying he's building housing for who?
The slaves that we freed.
Your new staff.
Oh,
Our servants.
we built them new houses instead of just giving them the house we already have?
Well, we're going to live there, and...
You're going to have people that are actually part of your cults and stuff, and you don't want to just assume that they're going to serve you. So he's expanding the compounds,
Fair enough. You said they had huge barracks for a bunch of people and shit already.
which will inevitably have your guys in it.
Yeah, because eventually I'm going to start setting up an actual harbor area with
your
new housing.
Your
but-
soldiery and stuff covers 10 square miles.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, so
I don't know if that's a lot. I idea what miles are.
still, that's a fair bit, so...
Instead of a couple square miles, it's 10 square miles. If you had 4 influence, you could have done 1,000 square miles.
Jeez.
So it's just in 10 square miles around the entire area, just the weather's perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. And when he's done spending his dominion, up to 100,000 people will be trained theotechnicians.
For now, it's just 1,000. But
What exactly is a theotechnician? I know what the
Magitechnician,
word means, but in this setting, what does it entail?
In this setting, which is where theotechnician comes from, by the way, it's actually a thing from Godbound. It is people who build machines that are magitech, like Escaflowne style, like robots that are part magical, part science, that just do whatever it is they do.
I'm a little majestic.
There's no way that word comes from this setting.
Theotechnician comes from Godbound.
These now discussions, not...
Magitech doesn't come from Godbound, but theotechnicians do. Because, remember, in Godbound, theo, like theology, theotechnology is basically all of their magic and stuff runs off of the laws of the world that run from the heaven engines in heaven.
I think she means the word doesn't...
Yeah, the
originate
fucking word
from-
doesn't come from this fucking setting.
Yeah.
Theotechnician? I don't know. We didn't start using it until I read it in Godbound.
Well,
We
there's-
used it in
okay.
40K and shit, Devin.
Okay.
No, not the word theotechnician.
Theotech, it was used on Neo Geo Evangelion, Dresden, Full
What?
Metal Alchemist. I'm reading the TV tropes for Theotech.
Theotech?
Theotech, yes. It's
Oh.
a TV trope.
See,
Everything's
I
TV trope.
googled theotechnician with quotes, and it's nothing but Godbound. But if I shorten it to theotech,
I just googled theotechnician and it pulled up a bunch of different shit.
maybe I
But
spelled
you-
it wrong.
maybe because
No, I used air quotes.
Yeah, air quotes, which means that I want this exact term. Yeah.
Yeah, no, the trope of Theotech is... Oh, wow, Theotech should probably actually be updated for Godbound.
Tabletop games, 200?
Unless Magitech covers it. Fuck off.
Original New Age conspiracy.
Yeah, it's the only one, but Godbound might.
No, but I'm saying, look, I was right. 40K. It listed as a thing for Theotech.
Yep.
Yeah, Theotechnician was the thing I was talking about. That's where I was getting mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah, Godbound isn't in either Magitech or Theotechnician. What the fuck, TV tropes, tabletop players? You failed me.
Okay. So yeah, basically Little Majestics.
Nee. I don't like slavery. Where's my lizard? I super believe in you.
Slavery is bad. Slavery is bad.
People who touch money are a lower class of people.
Jesus Christ, he's not like that.
See,
He just doesn't like money because he thinks people should just have the stuff they deserve.
I don't believe in money, man. What do you believe in?
He's
Lizard
like,
people controlling the government?
essentially.
I believe the shit out of that.
Jessica's like, hey, communism essentially, but then also not because we're in charge.
So communism. Or if you want to be more specific, Stalinism.
Yeah, Theotechnicians can spend a month, and every month of work they do accrues a Dominion point worth of material they need to create minor magical gear. So you get enough Theotechnicians together, and within a few months, if you're a PC, because NPCs don't use the Dominion or Influence system, within a few months you could have a fleet of Theotechnicians. They're all like, everyone in the realm now has +3 machine guns.
Perfect.
Well, shit.
And then people are like, we don't want to fight that army. They're like, Daka, Daka, Daka! Daka, Daka! They're all orcs now. Daka, Daka! They also build robots. Lots of robots. Theotechnician is required to build the Godwalker hangars you'll eventually want.
Yep.
So there's like Theotech, which works everywhere, and then there's Bright Republic.
The Bright
Tech,
Republic,
which
and
is
it's
weird.
Bright
and only
Republic
works
isn't.
weird.
Bright Republic has the tradition of Theotechnology, but the etheric nodes are like the pinnacle of like pre-fall civilization Theotech. Those nodes actually keep the reality engines running and let the stable laws of Theotechnology work in there, like iPads, internet, phones, cars, precision surgery tools, modern technology.
Which you can transport to other places just by building those nodes. So you
the nodes are the important part because they stabilize the laws of reality. The laws of reality aren't replicatable across Arsum because the engines are failing.
You cannot transport the Theotechnician stuff everywhere as well. Sometimes it's a better ones, maybe.
Stuff that's been hardened to work without the nodes.
Yeah.
But essentially, because the laws of reality don't work as well as you think they would, like, how electrons move and shit isn't predictable when you go from like nation to nation to nation. Yeah. It's like the idea of when you go to D&D and you play an Avatar game, like you play you, and the GM's like, you can't know how to make gunpowder even though you know how to make gunpowder. It's like, why the fuck not, GM? Because the GM's a cunt. He's like, because the laws of the D&D world are a little bit different and the recipe for gunpowder doesn't work. It's like, really? They're different enough that gunpowder doesn't work. So fucking saltpeter doesn't ignite? Fuck you.
Oh, Harry Potter logic.
Alright, I'm gonna start building stuff out of saltpeter because it's impervious to fire.
And
Fuck
we all
you,
stop,
jackass DM.
and then we stop playing the fucking game.
Yeah.
Anyway,
screaming match.
Donald was there.
Oh, poor Dick.
Anyway, I don't know where we left off. You're building homes for the homeless.
Yep.
I'm
I'm a nice guy.
I'm curing the sick. And the crippled, because I can also grow back limbs and stuff.
Yeah.
Which is so freaky.
I just picture you like, want to see a trick, and you just put your hand against their stump, and it's like...
Oh, like it's amount of napkins.
Got your nose. Plunk.
Fuck.
Okay, so I guess if we want to go up the mountain, should we prepare some troops to go with us? Have some small little contingent?
Oh, that's not going to throw off red alerts.
Well, you know, there's enough slaves, put them in like some monk robes.
We're just going to talk to these guys. To this guy.
Plus-
Why would we need...
Plus, Li Shu said he'd get us a dude that will just take us up the mountain.
Yeah, but
Dude works for the sage.
yeah, you know.
So it's really a bad idea to bring a bunch of soldiers up there with this guy, because that's going to
No, that's what I'm saying. Why are we bringing... I didn't know someone was saying we should just go ourselves.
Yeah.
Huh?
We're just gonna go. What the fuck are these soldiers gonna do? This guy's magic.
You know, a small little
Crappy ass
contingent.
soldiers?
Yeah, you know, bullet sponge. You know, kind of fodder.
There's also the Cult of the Golden Lord.
We don't really know anything about them.
Are those the flame monks?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
flayed monks.
Okay.
Have they started becoming bolder now that there's not a bunch of, bandits around, or...
Yeah, there's word of them spreading. They're starting to get closer and closer to Kong Fang as far as their reach goes.
What do we know about them other than the fact that they don't corrupt?
They're
systems?
hostile and they're training for war.
They're hostile against us. I thought they were just hostile against
Generally
bureaucratic dicks
hostile.
that were being dicks.
They're not hostile. None of them have attacked you guys.
They're like Occupy Wall Street, but,
Like
Effective?
that's what I heard. I heard that they didn't like the corrupt bureaucracy that was in place, and I'm like, well, we're not the corrupt bureaucracy, so that's fine.
You just work directly for it.
We basically just paid them off and told them to leave so we can make it not be shady.
So you let them be corrupt all the way to the bank.
Yeah, somewhere else. Not here. We're
The
saving
bankers
these
were
people.
never tried.
if we don't see it, it doesn't exist.
Object permanent.
Listen,
Well, somewhere
I
in
can't
him.
control the entire world right now.
Right now. Exactly. We're just people.
People, I punch a tree and 1,000 of them fall down.
Yeah, just people.
Alright, let's go up the mountain.
All right.
Let's deal with this mountain jerk.
The
Alright.
Taoist.
Real man Zhao.
You guys have full hit points and influence and effort. Or not influence, effort. Full effort
Effort.
and HP.
We have 2 effort.
HP.
I know, right?
What?
You feel so
Right?
weak.
You guys need to get yourself some Hearthstone. Oh.
I need to get myself some...
Artifacts.
Tools. You need your tools.
Dennis!
You need your people.
shit.
Oh my god,
Imagine-
Dennis!
If we brought some troops, they would HP 2, which is what? 20% of what we have?
They'd have HD1, actually.
Yeah, one hit die each.
Huh? Well, each. Oh, so we brought 10 of them.
And duct tape them fucking around you?
Have a small mob. With nice weapons and shit. Okay, we're going up the mountain. Chocolate Mountain, Charlie.
Alright. So, you guys prepare for the day you're going to ascend the Red Crow Mountain. So, a visitor... Oh, wait. Oh, alright, we're back. So, coming up on the day that you're going to be led up the mountain, your compound, that I assume you guys spend a lot of time in when you're not in Kong Fang, is approached by... what are you saying? You guys get an envoy from the Red Crow Mountain.
Ooh.
It comes early.
Alright.
There is a woman. She is dressed up in the Taoist sort of accoutrements and robes. She looks older. It's hard to tell with people here because they mostly, grains and simple foods, so they preserve themselves fairly well.
Alright, Devin.
But she looks like she might be in her mid-30s. And she just comes to the encampment asking to speak to the lords of the manor.
That'd be S3.
Oh, very good. I am, I come from the Red Crow Mountain from, Real Man Shao.
Hello.
He has sensed that people like you have come into Kong Fang. Your key echoes through the mountain range.
So we've heard.
He wishes to speak to you so that you can aid him in a terrible calamity that has befallen Kong Fang.
We're also wanting to speak with him, so that works out great.
Well, that's perfect. It'll be excellent to hear that such great and noble heroes are willing to assist.
All right. So can we go up the mountain now?
Yeah, she's like, I'm here to guide you.
Excellent.
The mountain is treacherous and full of danger.
I really wish I had taken deception.
A, now I'm picturing her as Melisandre because she just said that line, and it sounded a lot like that other line. B, I'm getting flashbacks from The Witcher with that fucking tower that guy was doing experiments in.
As long as she doesn't start birthing shadow demons at us, we're fine.
Just at us like a cannon.
Hit thrusts.
Fucking hell. Alright.
Jiminy Christmas.
Get out the belt.
Jeezy Pete. Alright, so her name is Perfected Woman Wen.
That's
W-E-N?
that carries implications.
So did he perfect her?
What? No, it's just her name. Don't be shitty.
This is your name now.
Everyone has weird names.
That's a
in
really
this
presumptuous
stupid
name.
City.
Yeah, that's just the culture.
It's like, so did you name yourself?
Right?
It's just my name. I adhere to a very strict dogma and doctrine in hopes of purifying myself.
You a Taoist?
Yes,
That
I
makes
set under the
sense.
best.
Yeah.
Real man Shao.
Yeah, he's also Taoist.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, we're good to go anytime, really.
Yep, she starts to bring you up the mountain.
Going up the mountain.
Going up
Not
Red
gonna
Crow
get-
Mountain.
Just take your
No.
coconuts.
Going to get our cab driver killed.
Oh my god, just like in Ravenloft.
I was there for that one time.
Right.
In one reality. The bad
So yeah,
reality.
it is a large peaked mountain with like twisting and winding roads. It looks like this was built a long time ago, like the kind of roads up there. And yeah, Wen sort of leads you up the mountain. She's limping throughout the trip, and like it looks like she might have like some back problems or whatever.
Oh, hey.
Every once in a while,
Fine.
she kind of moves off course or like looks into like a cave or whatever, like a slight like off cropping.
Hey,
Punch
What?
Master.
I'm gonna like literally stop her. She's
Okay.
Whoa! Sorry, they're. We have to be careful. If we get lost, we'll never find our way up. Please, simply follow.
okay.
Gold hand style.
It'd be a lot easier if she wasn't limping.
Punch
It'd
her in
probably
the
go a lot
spine.
faster.
And you're pregnant.
So fucking Peter. You. It says here to point this out to people who have sorcerer and knowledge bound, and you have both.
Whoa!
The way she's walking has ritual significance.
Ooh, I take a note of this ritual significance.
Yes, what she's doing is bypassing the supernatural barrier
Oh,
that
no.
keeps people out of the mountain.
Oh, that makes sense.
That's interesting. It makes it seem like the first person who came up the mountain was like hurt and injured, and that's why it's like that.
Huh.
But yeah, you could probably replicate this in the future
Perfect.
because you have knowledge in sorcery.
That would really hurt her spine after a while, too. Like,
Just fucking walk up once, make it look like you're limping. You're good to go.
no, I mean her, because she's been doing this all the time.
Yeah, once a month.
It's called the secret U-step shuffle. What?
Word of music, you're just playing music while she shuffles. She's like, stop that.
Well,
U is Y-O-U?
Yeah.
It's like following a fat person with a trombone.
Oh my god.
it'll be the official dance of Yushan.
Or tuba.
So yeah, as you guys walk up, she guides you to the peak of the mountain, the Red Crow Mountain, where the Monastery of the Imperishable Way lies. It is a wooden monastery built into a mountainside. So it's a compound built into the side of the mountain. As soon as you guys kind of come to the gate of this place is giving off kind of bad vibes. Like there's something wrong with the chi or the key of the place.
Have you seen any signs of students? Or...
Yeah, there's two students on top of the gate. Like in front of you is a gate with a wall, and like it's a rounded gate that opens outward, and there's 2 students on top in those same priest robes, looking down, like guarding it.
Cool.
They open the gates for you, and you're brought in. Before your garden paths, slabs of rough-edged rock that make pathways through a maze of greenery and stones. That's just full of, like, trees and greenery and stuff.
The feng shui.
Yeah, very feng shui. That's exactly what it is. Oh, yeah. And, she brings you in. She's like, please, wait here. The master will be coming to meet you in person.
All right.
Some students are nearby, practicing with like spears, like they're with like the flags on the end, like they're doing like ritualistic practicing.
How do the students look? Like, do they look healthy? Do they look?
Yeah, they look like just people in Taoist robes.
They don't look like miserable or anything, or like secret miserable.
Not really.
They don't look like haunting spirits flaming down.
Whoa!
What was that girl's name?
That.
It was
Now it
Phelan.
is.
It was Phelan. I see that on my character sheet now. Jesus Christ. Dead?
Well, that was the first turn, so might as well.
My God. Okay, so yeah, after a time, a single old hermetic-looking man comes out. He's a shrunken, wrinkled-looking dude who looks like he's in his 90s. Bald. He has like the Taoist kind of clothing on, and like what's left of his hair is up in like a little bit of a top knot. Long, villainous Fu Manchu beard and mustache. Long fingernails and crinkled hands.
I'm thinking
What?
I'm thinking of
Not
the teacher
evil.
from Kill Bill, basically.
The teacher for Pai Mei?
Pai Mei.
Yeah, probably Pai Mei or fucking David Lopan. We're not. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he walks out. With his little old man shuffle. He has a Taoist sword at his side with like a little frill on it and stuff. He has various sutras and bands that he has like wrapped around his arms and whatnot. He's a Taoist. Probably a little bit better than Redcap. A lot better.
Yeah.
He's mastered immortality.
Considering they gave him a mountain.
We bought a zoo.
It's a pretty bitchin' mountain. Get some dancing up here.
The students leave, and the old man
See
walks
your
up to the
people here.
3 of you. It's like, oh, please, come with me.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
Let's.
He leads you through the garden to a little pagoda. Why are you all laughing?
Sorry, the word pagoda, I'm just picturing a pug. I'm picturing like a shrub that's shaped like a pug.
I'm now just
A
picturing
pug
an
shrub.
actual pagoda, like a gazebo, full of pugs.
Yay!
A grumble of them.
The best ending.
I don't
It
like
is-
gazebos. I remember them from Ravenloft.
I'll fix your
That was a
gazebo.
It was evil.
I don't
Like, it wasn't like
remember
a
that.
living gazebo, it was just it had problems.
I don't
Evil
remember it.
gazebo.
Anyway, it is a hexagonal pavilion. It has 6 slim trees actually living around its corner pillars and like holding it up. The courtyard's kind of around it, and there's like a little sitting area with a table with like tea stuff already set up and hot water. And much like with the last old man, he sits down and starts making tea for you guys.
That's nice of him.
Can I like?
You kill him,
He's evil, right? Like I don't want to kill him.
right? He's
But,
evil,
like-
right?
This tea might be poisoned. It might be an attack.
But smite and...
It might be an attack.
a lightning came down from the sky. It's not our fault.
A black lightning bolt strikes him, and he raises his hand to catch the lightning with his axe.
Alacrity, no.
Anthony's not here to save you.
Oh, no.
Save. Reapers.
Alright, so I will sit down.
Alright, yeah, he respectfully and carefully pours you guys tea.
Poison. Okay, we'll drink some tea.
Where did people such as you come from?
The mountains. Well, I came from mountains. I think he probably came from a mountain. And I don't know where this guy came from.
The 1,000 gods.
Oh yeah, he said he's from the 1,000 Gods.
Such a far place.
Yes.
Where do you come from?
Oh, I've always lived here. Not in the mountain, in the province. Grew up in monasteries.
So what happened to Phelan?
Whom?
Phelan?
One of your students. She appeared back in the town as some manner of spirit.
Angry cloud ghost.
I believe you're describing a hungry ghost or a
Yes,
or a
yes,
gaki.
actually, that's exactly what they called it. I don't know why we are stupid and didn't remember that name, but yes.
The gaki. They plague this landscape. There was a war not long enough ago, and the unquiet dead haunt this place, looking for rest or satisfaction.
Yes, but she was one of your students, not from the war. She was one of your students.
I'm afraid that can't be possible. To my knowledge, none of my students have died.
Apparently she went up the mountain about 3 weeks ago?
We get many students that come up and train here in the monastery, and then once they complete their training, they inevitably move on to other monasteries to move up through their apprenticeship.
I've heard that no one ever comes back.
No, they go to other monasteries.
Say goodbye to their families.
They said goodbye to their families when they took upon themselves the trappings of the faith.
Is that a...
The way of Taoism requires the utmost purity.
Okay.
Material connections and familial ties only cloud and darken the key that they are purifying within themselves.
They're ascetics, or...
It requires extreme asceticism and bans and taboos.
Makes sense.
The earliest parts of the training provided here helps instruct them in this new way of life. Swearing off the 5 tainted grains, familial connections, getting to implement into the rigid lifestyle.
Have any of your students ever tried to run back home? Escape?
The mountain itself is very hard to leave, unfortunately. It is. Its key is changed. It was like this when I got here. Trying to leave without studying and understanding the way of Tao, unfortunately, prevents the students from actually leaving the mountain. They always end up back at the start here.
Do they ever get lost?
Yes, when they leave, they get lost, and eventually we can find them and bring them back. But exiting down the mountain is impossible without understanding the principles of the spiritual energies in the mountain.
Also,
Students can be led up, but only Taoists can lead themselves out. And once they're Taoists, they don't go back to their family because they have accepted the way.
That actually makes a lot of sense.
so what about the slaves?
I'm sorry?
Big Feet Zoo was sending you slaves, like stocks of them every
A
month.
horrible, evil little man. He has been harassing my people and Kongfang for many years now. He is obsessed with the research I do for the Emperor. He demands that I give him what is the Emperor's, and he does not. He will never have that right. He has a talisman that says wards him from all evil spirits and bans him from harm. A cruel and capricious man. I have no doubt that he perhaps was trying to. He looks like exhausted. Perhaps he was trying to appease me.
Or break through the barrier by using, sending as many as he could at one time in the hopes that one of them would break through.
It wouldn't be out of bounds for what he's like. He's tried to send gifts, opulence up. He tried to trade that talisman originally.
Why didn't you want it?
I want nothing to do. Such things are not
That's not the
the way.
Well, I guess you'll be
I wish
pleased.
to be left to my quiet contemplations and my students.
What is your... Well, I guess he's not going to answer the question.
What's your deal?
I was going to ask what his research entails, but he just said that guy was asking
Immortality.
him, and he wouldn't tell that guy.
Well, but we're very spiritually weird and so on, so maybe we can help with research.
Oh, yeah! When?
When?
perfected woman, Wen,
Yes.
said you
My
wanted
star pupil.
us to help you with your research.
No, I'm sorry. She must have miscommunicated to you. There is a trouble in Confront. Well, there are many, and you seem to have already dealt with one. If the rumors are true, do you have the talisman like on your neck or something?
I probably tucked in, so
Yeah. He's like, ooh. There is a plague that eats at the heart of Confront.
I'm really good at hearing those.
Speak more in poetics. There is a cult that has risen up, an old cult, a shadow of the past, from before the fall.
the Flame Monks.
Yes. Militaristic, violent people. They imbalance the entire ebb and flow of Confront in the valley. They are led by a thing.
What do you mean?
It is a shadow of a man. It's something that existed before that is here now. And I've only heard rumors from little bits of information that I've been able to pull in from the cultists that have been detained. News doesn't travel up here very directly. But I can sense it with my divinations. This unrestful creature is destroying the purity of the land.
And that's something you wanted us to help you with?
Yes. If anyone can deal with this, it is one as spiritually distinct as you. You are so strange.
Is it something you've witnessed before? What you sense from us?
No, never. Not in my many years.
Well, I think we want some peace for Gangfeng, so we might as well help and foster this relationship, I suppose.
Maybe we speak with some of your students before we return.
They're probably indoctrinated already.
Oh, but of course. Though, please try not to disturb their teachings. It is very difficult at such a young age to fall into it. Outside interference and people who are as complex as you are would upset the balance with them.
Fair enough. Do you have a barracks where we can talk to them? Somewhere where they won't be...
There are some students out here trained, some of my seniors. You can speak to them.
Alright.
Thank you for hearing an old man's plea for peace. And I think Confront owes you a debt of gratitude for dealing with.
The man had to go.
An awful person. He gets up, and collects all the tea stuff together on a little kind of tray, and starts walking away with his hobbled little man-built body.
Lightning!
Yeah,
Not
everyone
actually.
demonized him and so on.
Not actually, but I don't...
He's all strange and religious and looks like the villain from Kill Bill and Big Trouble in Little China.
Oh no.
That has like nothing to do with it. What has to do with it is the fact that he has crazy religious / science experiments on like poor kidnapped students that have no choice but to come here.
You have
and,
religious.
like-
You have religious experiments. You're starting a whole
I
cult.
don't have religious experiments.
I
I
have a good
I
religion.
heal people. I kidnap random kids away from their parents, bring them up to a scary mountain that they can't
He
leave,
doesn't
and do
kidnap
weird
kids.
experiments that made an angry ghost come back into town to try to warn everybody.
Because, like, imagine a PC coming into this town and they're like, oh, yes, there's this woman. She moved into the manor. She just killed everyone there. She controls the weather. She started a cult. People follow her.
Yes.
She brought in a strange type of magic that nobody has ever seen here before.
She has a half-man.
And a very greedy man.
She has a half-man demon as her what's the word I'm looking for? Shit. It starts with a C and it means
Consort.
most. As her consort, and as a very greedy vizier. He loves money.
That's my
He
other
grew back a
character.
Canadian's teeth.
So it'd be like they'd come back here and we'd be having tea with them. And they'd be like, I don't trust them. Don't drink the tea.
This is so fucking crazy.
Quick, one of us slip off to look in this place to look for someone who can tell us the truth.
Seriously, I want to ransack this entire place. It's ridiculous.
Force lightning.
So yeah,
When I
let's-
level up, I'll take that gift and I come here for teaching and leave the next day a master. And
be like, you must meditate for a long time. He's like, oh, thanks. Okay, bye.
Rip.
Okay, I know everything. Thank you.
Oh, by the way, I have ruined the barrier around this mountain, so we can all leave now.
I fixed it.
I fixed
Punch
it. I
master.
saved the day.
Well,
He's
actually,
like,
that might be a ward or something.
Legit, he didn't set this up. It was here when he got here. This
Perfect.
this monastery used to belong to an entirely different religion.
It's just amusing though, because he's like, it was like this when I got here.
Don't
Like-
blame me.
Oh,
I'm
because the
innocent.
villagers blame him for it.
Ah.
He's like, I didn't do this.
Well, they blame me also for kidnapping lots of people and so on.
Yeah, man, this guy is an okay dude.
You're lying.
He's an okay dude, just like the
That's
okay dude.
racist, Nicole.
It has nothing to do with racism.
He's just as okay as the guy we say from being beaten up.
When did we
Fuck.
save from being beaten up? We waited until after he was beaten up.
Fine.
Then I went to beat up the person who beat him up.
Revenged.
I revenged his
Revenged.
beating up.
Alright. I don't know where to go from here.
Well, me too. Go to the Flail Monks. We need some intel on it. But yeah, Kevin, you want to talk with the students?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, there are two elder-looking students in the Taoist attire who were practice fighting in a nearby garden, and yeah, you can walk up to them. They respectfully bow to you and have their hands in their giant sleeves.
And when they extend their hands, start jumping.
I kind of bow back to them. It's like, what the hell? Hey, I'm actually looking for students who might have been here for like three weeks or so.
I've been here for a few months.
Yeah. Do you know anyone who might have arrived around that time?
Yes, we have a few students who came here around the time.
Yeah.
They're the newest. They're in the barracks going through ritual purifying.
All right. That sounds like something I shouldn't be able to interrupt.
yeah, I think he specifically didn't want to interrupt that.
So I break
And
this
also
one's leg.
Also, like, ritual purifying.
Soon.
What does that entail?
Meditation, reflecting on the balance of things, slowly abstaining from the impurities of the material world, adopting the diet of the way.
Have any of the ones that came recently run away or gone missing?
A few have decided that they would want to break their pact with the tradition and leave, but they always are brought back and are given gentle lashings, but
There's no such thing as a gentle lashing.
it's better than getting your feet cut off or something.
Any of them ever just never come back? Like get lost in the mist of the mountain? There's caves along here, I've noticed.
No?
No, huh? Does the name, what was her name?
Phelan.
Phelan ring a bell?
I'm afraid not.
Are they lying? Can I roll to see if they're lying?
Do you have to?
Afraid I.
Afraid I! No one you've talked to has stats, by the way. Like basically everyone you've ever encountered in this module, is just good to go.
Push over.
Like Real Man Zhao, no, he has.
Oh no. I have 2 hit points.
Like, can I though?
You want to sense motive?
Yeah.
Wisdom check.
I guess I'll do the same since I'm questioning them.
Sure.
Oh, all of you are rolling now.
Like, I'm with you to question them, just to clarify. Wait, so I have to roll a
Fail.
d20 and get...
Above your wisdom.
How about your wisdom check?
Wisdom check, yep.
What's... Sounds like it should be...
I got 15, so I got above.
How much above?
I got 7 above.
Jesus
I
fucking
rolled
Christ.
a 20,
Ooh.
so I got...
One of the students is lying.
This one only tells the truth. It's like, how much pain are you in?
The guy that said he doesn't know who Phelan is.
Well, they both are like, no, I don't, but one of them's lying.
Can we tell which one?
Yeah, you can tell which one.
Who's blinking the
And then they
most?
shuffle.
You can tell which one is lying. You now know who the liar is.
Word of death.
The dead will tell me. Dead men will tell their secrets.
Tell me, or I'll give you grains that you shouldn't be eating.
Great.
I'll make you impure! Bread down their throat.
This is fucking pizza bread. It's full of sauce.
I'm on the Atkins diet.
They swell up and get covered in zit. Lord. Fucking Lord.
Just get a whole thing of yeast and just
Oh, fucking Lord.
now he's dead from his allergy attack.
Dr. Bees.
I don't know how to, handle that.
A sound beating will suffice.
And
Right?
grab some fucking reeds nearby.
I'm
and
struck
whip
by
it.
lightning. You're the weather lady. You can just be like, "Oh, you lied. That's my power."
God hates that.
Like, I could, but I'm assuming we don't just want to kill all these people.
I mean, don't you want to get into a fight?
Not really. Not if they're just being kidnapped and forced to be here and, like, starved for as long as it takes to get them to agree to stay. Which is what ritual purification sounds like. Creepy religious cults that kidnap people are never a good thing.
Wasn't one made like that? You know, take everybody
Yes. Like, literally kidnapping them, actually. I went out with Admiral Sand, like, kidnapped entire villages.
in.
You closed the middleman that day.
So,
Is there anything about, like, we've learned a fair bit about Taoism. Is there anything about telling lies?
Shouldn't do it. It's a shitty thing to do.
Is that actually a thing in Taoism? That it's like,
Yeah, it's a shitty thing to do.
yeah. You know, you came here to, like, achieve enlightenment, to be, you know, a Taoist. And here you are, spreading lies. You're telling lies, Stephen.
I'm sorry, strangers. I'm not sure what the implication is.
You know the name. You're
Afraid I do not.
You're a pretty poor liar there.
what's their emotional reaction to being accused of lying? Like, are
They're
they
like,
scared?
"Whoa."
Can I kill the left side of his brain?
Oh my god. His face slumps.
Give him a
My-
stroke? It's
My soft spot. His reaction to being told he's lying is to like look kind of like taken aback, like, oh, what?
Oh, no.
What?
Get him when he's alone. We'll beat it out of him.
We'll beat it out
With
of
the
him.
back of my hand. Says, strike this child.
Hmm.
Only have 2 efforts, so I don't really want to use a miracle on him to...
Oh yeah, look at that asshole.
What kind of stuff
Nice.
could
Thank you.
make it know if he's lying? No, thank you.
Kicking him in the dick.
I put a curse on you.
Putting the thumb screws on. Make a healing poultice that'll rot his womb out if he lies.
See, the prime word in that sentence was he.
Here's the other one. I want to talk with this guy alone. Would you mind giving us a bit of privacy?
Oh, sure. Just walks away.
He's like,
Gotta look around. Okay.
All right. Magic time.
There's some really sensitive spots on him.
Would you like to talk to the wall or the floor?
Gran just kind of removes one of his gloves, kind of wiggles his fingers, and then jabs it into his side.
You gonna kick the shit out of this guy and make him talk?
I'm not gonna kick the shit out of him, I'm just gonna hit all his pressure points.
You're gonna kick the shit out of him and make him talk, Kevin.
Yes, but without any bruises. That's the whole thing.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Bag
So-
of oranges.
So yeah,
Put to him medium style.
what I do is, like, I jam the fingers in so he kind of falls, so I can cover his mouth.
Yeah, he
With my
does. Yeah, alright. So you beat him up for answers.
I just keep jabbing him in the soft spots.
Oh my god.
See, if you do it like this, it doesn't leave any bruises, and who's gonna believe him?
We're not doing the torture. You got him. Alright, he spills. What do you want to know from him?
What do you know about Kai Lang? No.
Phelan.
Came up last month, man.
What happened to her?
She fucking died, man. She exploded and went down the mountain.
What do you mean
Why'd
exploded?
she explode?
Because of the crazy fucking experiments that the master did to her.
Like what? Were you there? Did you witness it?
Yeah, we were all there. We were helping toss the fucking corpses into the corpse garden.
Wait, what? What was that? About a
We're
corpse
there.
garden? You're gonna lead us there. Corpse
What are
garden?
these experiments? What do they entail?
Oh no, Taoism. That's really ill-defined.
If I see the bodies, I can figure it out. Don't worry. I'm used to this shit.
Alright, let's go.
Into the corpse garden.
Hop, hop, hop.
Okay, so off near a garden is an orchard area, like big, giant, thick-looking orchards.
The orchids?
Orchids. You know those flowers that give off corpse stenches?
Oh god, those, yes.
Just like a bunch of these really thick rainforesty plants. It's under there, man.
Like, I have the word of death. Can I like sense if there's...
Yeah, there's like a bunch of fucking dead bodies down there.
Jeez.
Dozens of them.
Are these all students? Like,
Like, you open up the frame.
yes.
It's a bamboo frame where the plants are on top of, and underneath is a fucking charnel pit covered in dead student bodies.
I'm gonna slowly close
Like,
that.
seriously, though, what happens in these experiments?
He like does stuff with the energy of the place and the balancing of like the spirit and the soul and stuff, and like lightning comes out of his fingertips, and he like eats their soul.
Wait, what? Okay, what? Where do these experiments happen?
Here, all over.
He doesn't have like a science room, he just has like an anywhere.
Science? What? No, it happens in like the religious halls.
Right.
Sometimes a group of us get taken on up.
Why?
We keep our head down, don't say anything, follow the master's plans, and we won't be on the receiving end, and maybe he'll teach us how to shoot lightning out of our hands.
What you're going to want to do here is you're going to want to take all your little friends, and you're going to want to start going down the mountain and hide in a cave.
Yeah, it's impossible. You can't go down the mountain, you just end up back here.
Okay, but,
Yeah, but how
anywhere
long?
but
We
the
tried
monastery.
that!
How long
Anywhere.
does it take to get back here, though?
Sorry. I don't know, instantly? It depends.
Go for a walk. That's all I'm saying.
Keep leaving. Even
Walk
if you keep
home,
going back,
clown.
keep going out of here.
Because, yeah, things are going to get rough here.
Alright. Dozens of corpses.
What the shit?
Almost got ya. Almost got ya. Then you decided to go Jack Bauer on the students.
I should have just left it alone. Live in ignorance forever.
Oh, that's neat. As a non-turn action, they also know the details of what, where, and how anything died or is dying within 100 feet of them.
These old people were originally sacrificed to keep Real Man Zhao alive for another couple bit.
He's a necromancer /
No, he's a Taoist. His Taoism's just gone way off the rails. He's murdering them to delay his death from reaching him.
As Grant understands it, though, he's a necromancer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he's Azul Rex.
Oh. I see.
Oh.
So, we're gonna burn this place to the ground.
Yup.
Well, we could just
Wait.
we could just deal with Zhao and let the monks take over and not kill people.
Or we could just burn this whole thing down, take the treasure, and let everyone go back to the city.
All these suggestions sounds great. / is he actually eating their souls? Or is he just killing them?
He's ritualistically sacrificing them in some kind of life-draining...
Okay, because, just saying, if we just, like, leave their corpses in a giant pit and then we burn it away, they might be ghosts. We just saw another ghost.
We'll bring a Taoist up here that knows how to do
Oh,
proper
the nice
burial
one that we
rituals.
met earlier. That guy.
And he'll
This
deal
is
with
your
it.
monastery now. Fix it. He's like,
Oh yeah, you don't even need to build a monastery now. You can just have this one with all the corpses underneath. We didn't move the bodies.
I don't mean-
We moved the graves.
I meant, red cap
body.
young.
yeah.
Him.
Yeah, he can deal with it.
They
Or I
didn't
can
move
deal.
the body.
Or I can deal with it. It'll just involve a lot more fire.
Okay, so where's real man Zhao?
He went to the worship hall.
Let's enter.
You want to actually just like build a fire? Because I mean, it'd be a good way to get them out of there.
But there might be some sleeping or locked up. Or
You know,
Fair, they probably have cages.
art and stuff like that is also valuable.
Yeah, there's probably stuff here we don't want to burn up in a
Stuff
fire.
you won't have to give away, and stuff you could keep for your wealth. To
Yeah,
give
we
back
don't
to
owe
the
people
town.
money at this point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go kill an old man.
I like those large thingies.
So also
They're really good.
worried
That's the
though,
one.
because perfected woman Wen is probably also someone that isn't going to go down without a fight.
Unless she doesn't know what's going on.
I think when
She's really powerful and she can leave whenever she wants, so I'm assuming she's in on it.
she suggested that was probably.
I don't know.
Well, we'll see what happens after Zhao's no longer here. I don't think anyone else would want to.
The Hall of...
No, but the second part of my concern I'm raising is the fact that we might not be able to leave. I mean, maybe if
you
I just...
intrinsically know how to leave.
Yeah, it's not that hard.
You figured it out. You know
Yeah.
how to just leave. Everyone else is just can't figure it out, but you just know how.
I'm just that good.
All right, cool. Never mind. We don't have any problems. Just don't let this guy die.
I mean, you can fly. Probably this thing doesn't apply.
Well, I was gonna
beyond the
say I
mountain.
could just fly straight up, and like I wonder how, like, if I can.
The Hall of the Pure and Quiet Three, the Worship Hall. It's a broadside-facing pavilion. Inside there's Zhao and some students that are like praying and like going through like service and stuff. There are 3 idols situated inside this pavilion that shapeshift. They look like elder like priests in red, blue, and yellow that warp and transform from stone to liquid waves to curling clouds. What are your words again?
Artifice?
I have alacrity, bow, and sky.
Bow, endurance, death.
Artifice, sorcery, knowledge.
You have an elemental word, sky. These 3 things can be detonated for effort.
Cool.
Like you can just drag the effort point out of them and use it instead of your own effort, and it'll blow it up.
And can I just keep that effort?
No.
I have to use it at the time?
Yeah.
Okay, that's really cool. I hope they don't know they can do that.
Real man Zhao is bound to the word of sky.
So you can detonate it early if you don't want him to be able to tap it.
Yeah.
Well, smite him first, and then...
Kill real man Zhao. Alright. So you approach. He's there with a few students. I guess we should pause. Okay. You guys approach the open-faced worship hall. He's there, a few students are there.
So the rest of the conversation about what's going on. Maybe this is a logical explanation.
Attack him.
You
Yeah,
attack
straight
him?
up, same.
Alright. I guess you guys should roll to hit.
What's his AC?
6.
Oh, yeah.
So sorry, I add that to my number?
Yes.
That's
Yep.
right, and you have to hit 20.
21.
Boop! Roll damage.
4. I have the inexplorable shaft.
The explorable shaft. Wow, Kevin.
Inexplorable shaft.
Inexplorable.
It's inexorable.
Inexorable.
Yes, that's the word.
Oh,
I
Kevin.
gave him the shaft.
Oh, no.
Okay, sorry. This thing is 6?
Yes.
So 6, 7, 8, 9.
I found your fucking corpse garden.
I got 23.
What are you doing, Peter?
I guess I'm gonna hammer him.
So,
Hammerhead, Is Hammerhead melee or ranged?
Maybe?
You're not at melee.
Okay.
Not yet. You can get to melee, but it'll...
is it melee?
No, you guys are ranged right now.
No, sorry, I mean, is that gift melee?
Like, they're just
Because
opening
Majestic
fire.
has it, and I don't think he...
Nail gun.
I think
Nail
he
gun.
uses it with his...
I have a hammer.
Oh, you literally have a hammer. Okay,
Yes.
sorry. I wasn't aware that was the thing that was holding this
Unless,
back.
unless you guys don't want to fire until you're at... Do you guys have range on him, or are you like 30 feet away?
I'm far away. I can hit...
Yeah, so they
Fine,
start
go
the
ahead.
fight before your move action can fucking
Oh,
get to
no.
him.
I can hit as far as I can. I can hit forever, actually. I don't have to actually even see him if I know where he is within 10 feet.
I'm gonna have present reach, so I can just
Yeah.
do it from any distance.
Yeah, same.
So they unload,
I
screaming
wash
out,
my-
I found your fucking corpse garden!
I'll wash my hands away from murder.
So,
So yeah,
Roll damage, guys. If you hit.
4 damage.
and Unicorn.
two damage.
Alright, gang. You unload into him with your, like, bow and your crossbow. Zhao instinctively jumps up and spins as both of your arrows plant in his body. He puts his long-nailed hand up, moving much faster than you think an old man should, grabs them, pulls them out, revealing no blood or damage to his body. It looks like only his clothes got kind of nicked, and tosses the arrows away. invoking one of his gifts. Wow.
For the healing one.
Hmm?
For the healing one.
No. What is this?
It's really blatant. The garden out back, the bodies. What, did you think we weren't going to look around?
You should have left here and dealt with the Golden Lord as we agreed. Now this monastery will become your tomb.
Students, leave.
For the love of God.
They're running.
Oh, good.
So's Perfect Woman Wen.
That's a good idea.
God!
Hopefully shouldn't learn the ritual.
Save us!
Hopefully shouldn't learn the ritual.
He flies at you, and with his hands creates a sort of hand signal and fires a ball of electricity at you.
Is it actual electricity?
Yeah.
Cool.
You're immune?
Yeah.
Bing! Alright, for his second attack, he attacks you with a ball of electricity.
Okay.
What's your AC?
It is 1.
Jiminy Christmas. Okay, he misses. That's fair. For his second action, 2 attacks, 2 actions. Yeah, watch out. Into electricity. Oh, it's a key attack, non-electricity attack, so he actually can't hurt you with it. Aha, 26. What's your AC? He hits you. Wow! He hits you with a Hadouken.
Hadouken!
Can I have a D6? Take 3.
Straight?
Yup.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my.
You've made a critical mistake. You've made a critical mistake coming here, creatures of energy. For his second round, he'll attack you all again.
Was that his second round?
No, he did 2 attacks, now he gets 2 more.
Okay. Oh yeah.
The first one I made a mistake, because he uses ki energy, not lightning energy.
Okay.
19 against you. What's your AC? Hits you. And he's going to hit you again, Grant.
Okay.
23.
Hits.
Yeah, he does. 5. 2.
Oh my.
Bwow! Bwow! Black and white energy courses from his fingertips like Emperor Palpatine as he attacks you two. Yield! Yield before real man Shao!
I wonder if...
Quick question.
Yeah?
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt Peter. Can I use my magic on myself?
Can you use your magic on yourself?
For healing hedge magic shit.
Yes, you can heal yourself, but you have to commit effort for it.
Land. Okay.
I wonder how much damage he takes if I collapse the whole building on him.
Probably damage. But at the moment, he is unbreakable, which means until the start of his next turn, he's in invincible defense against physical, tangible attacks or magic.
Or magic.
Yes.
So he's immune to everything except for environmental damage.
Spiritual or emotional damage.
That's
what it says.
Or if I yell really loud at him, but he has the word of sky.
There's a martial arts style that's based on hurting people with emotions, and it does straight damage. Your turn, Peter, because he closed. He closed the gap with his sapphire wings.
Well, I guess I punch him with a hammer, but if he's got invincible defense, then that won't hurt him either way.
That's right.
Oh no. Dong.
Tong.
I'm gonna use one of those idols.
Okay.
Explode it for effort. And
Detonate!
cure myself.
Heal.
So I can cure myself 2d6 physical damage.
Roll it. It doesn't go through the chart.
That's nice.
Insane Vancing spellcasting does, but just like the stuff from Godbound usually doesn't.
Okay.
Just cured myself 6.
Like, where it's like, heal 10d6 hit points. It's like, okay, that goes through the charts.
Okay, how rough are you looking?
Only 2 damage out of 10, so I'm fine.
Why'd you take so few damage?
Just 2 damage. So
Does he miss once? No.
Anyway, they did 3 and they did 2.
I did 3 to them, not me.
Did I miss with that attack against you? I missed.
Yeah.
That's why you took so little damage. I missed.
Oh, okay. Because I'm like, I was at 2 health before I healed myself.
Yeah, watch out.
You
Yeah,
got-
he's floating in the air with force lightning.
I'm assuming that was my turn.
Oh, yeah.
So there's like death magic that he's using, right? That's what he uses for.
He's using Taoist key magic.
It's based heavily around death though, because he's sucking life from other people in order to preserve his own.
Okay, where are you going with this?
Trying to sense if there's anything around him that he uses as like a power source, or if it's just inside him, or
Those two things.
Oh, those things? Those are just things that were in the monastery. They're not tied into him.
yeah. I mean,
They're just cool things he found.
yeah. Like, does he have a connection to something that's doing this? or-
His Taoist rituals and perversions of himself have basically done this to him. There's a cost, but you guys don't know what the cost yet.
That's why I was hoping I could use like death to figure it out, since it seems like a state. It's
Death, eh?
yeah.
I don't have to say miracle because that seems a little much. But let's have you roll charisma. See if you can get yourself a sympathetic link.
12, and I was at 11. So.
All right, you got it. He has done something to this monastery to help stave off his death, but he's been doing it over and over and over again, and it's left a taint in the area. That's why all the geomancy's been fucked up, which is actually what it says about this place. In the back of the monastery is where it's centered. He's done something.
So can I cast Sunder the Lesser Spell to dispel all lesser magic and a single gate?
When your magic ends, your guts come out. Let me pause. Okay, so you sunder any invocations that he might have cast?
I sunder all lesser magic and one invocation of the gate.
Okay, perfect. Take your damage.
I just cast quickly, so that's one round. I spend effort and that's it.
Yep.
Okay.
And you take the damage that sundering costs.
Oh yeah, 1d10 for sundering.
Go for it.
If there's anything to sunder. For sure.
Okay,
9.
what was your character's name?
Crucible.
Yeah, so Crucible starts doing better than your magic. Like, he starts tearing a hole in reality. Like, you actually can see stress lines among actual physical reality. And for the briefest moment, it looks like almost like Venetian blinds creep up in your eyes around you. You see machinery behind the inner workings of the world. Like, you're just peeking through a keyhole at, like, a big, giant engine.
Oh, majestic.
Shaggy.
Oh, majestic.
And there's like engines breaking down and spewing and shutting down, and then it snaps back to normal, and you destroy the spell he has, that theurgy invocation he had cast upon himself that keeps him alive. That thing you're detecting ripcords back to the site at the area of the monastery, and the geomancy kind of starts to break. Oh. He's like, "What? What did you do?"
Your stupid face.
Isn't it always?
"What fell sorcery is this?" He's not dead.
Well, remember that little talisman?
That's not an answer! You will die!
Your turn, Kevin.
Oh,
It's your turn. He's gonna attack him 4 times.
Oh no! I might die.
So the heat's off you and your low AC.
I'm gonna kick a table up and try to like wedge it between him. Can I like intercept attacks or some shit? Is that a thing?
Probably the best way to get Real Man Shao to pay attention to you is to murder him with damage until he decides that he can't avoid trying to kill you.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'll just shoot him. And that's a hit for maximum 4 damage. So,
Like 4 all together.
oh, with Frey too. Right, I forgot.
Oh, you don't get Frey against him. He's worthy as shit.
Yeah, just 4 damage in total. Because I always do maximum thanks to the shaft.
And thus he has to spend Dominion to be unbreakable. I mean, effort to be unbreakable. Boop! Yeah, so your arrow just kind of reflects off his skin. No mortal weapon can harm Real Man Shao!
I miss my old enemies.
He at least has some dignity.
He's flying in the air in evil hopping vampire robes, shooting lightning energy from his fingertips. And cackling, and has long evil nails.
It's like magic can't hurt him.
Well, what are you going to try and do? Tell me, and I can help you. Well, what are you going to do? You going to use a magic poultice so that, like, I don't know, his kidney grows back?
So I can, like, control the weather.
Yeah?
Lightning strike.
Well,
He's immune to lightning. He's bound to sky.
Are you going to make it rain on his funeral?
Can I make, like, fire? Probably not. It's not really weather.
Or you want to burn the whole place down?
I kind of do, but also you guys said I shouldn't.
Can you like reverse heal him? Is that one of your powers?
Unfortunately.
Drain
not.
life? Like a vampire?
I'm going... What kind of building are we in? Did you say it's like
Wood.
tent?
It's wood.
It's all bamboo
Okay.
and wood.
You said pavilion, and that to me means tent.
There's
So...
very little stone.
Okay. So I can't just like collapse the roof on him.
Good.
He's
But that's
flying!
physical. That's physical still.
Can I like use the wind to knock him into the ground really hard?
Like,
That's physical.
Like with a sky... No, he's immune to falling damage.
You should really take care of those totems so that he can't regen and keep doing unbreakable.
Alright. I'll just smash one of those and is anyone else hurt?
Oh yeah, you could heal first. I have 2 damage, so you could just.
I'll heal him. Does that cost me?
That cost me
Yeah.
effort. Actually.
Yeah, it does.
It
You
costs
could heal
him
your...
effort?
Yeah.
Oh.
You could heal yourself and spend one of the totems worth of effort.
Yeah.
Or you could smite him with, I don't know, sky. Spiritual damage hurts him.
Oh. You could
But
smite
he's
him.
got the
Is
word
that
of sky.
Spiritual damage?
Oh yeah, shit, he's immune to sky smite.
Can I smite him with the word of bow?
What's
You
your
can't.
third word?
You need to draw elemental
What?
energy
What's your
from the
third word?
totem.
Alacrity?
You can only use the elemental totem for elemental words. But hey, if you don't have to use all of them, you can fucking move those into your house.
Wait, yeah, if I can just miracle a sky thing, let's see what sky has.
Boreal spike. Icy chill of the heavens.
Here, I'm gonna pause. Okay, so what do? You attacked him. Okay, it's his turn. You've ruined everything. I'll have to kill so many more students to fix this now. Attack. What's your AC?
4.
That should be way lower.
Brent just kind of looks down at his feet. I miss Aslan.
27, 29, 30.
Do you miss,
And an 18. So,
I don't remember her name.
6,
The Baroness.
1.
Yeah, I was gonna
That's
say
my
Amaranth.
dev.
but
Can I,
think
like-
that was it. It was something like...
And Murder's the woman I shot
Miracle
in the
away
head.
to 6 damage? Or
There's
damage
some-
altogether?
Alright, well, you have...
I
You
don't
have
think it's
words.
alcohol food.
Sorcery you can't miracle.
I don't miss those witches.
Huh?
I murdered
Sorcery
them.
doesn't let you miracle anything.
Okay, so out of artifice I take the floor, bring it up, and make it into some impregnable resistance?
Sure, you can quickly construct a wall to deflect the
Little
energy
bunker.
attack from you.
Sure.
That sounds great. Miracle for an intrinsic defense.
Boink. I'm out of effort.
Then for a second turn, he's going to attack you, Grant.
I'm just gonna stay in this bunker.
Fuck this. 24, 25?
Yeah?
24.
Yeah. If it's over 20, it's gonna hit.
Sorry, I'm making sure. 5.
10.
Seriously?
Yeah.
I guess I'll miracle one of those away.
With, what are your words again?
Endurance, death, and bow.
Endurance. Well, if you're going to miracle it away, why don't you miracle the endurance word?
To give you immunity for the next turn.
Oh, well, because if he does Unbreakable, then it's to the end of the day, and that would mean he'd have to spend 2, and that's bullshit. What was it again?
Elemental Scorn. I'll miracle that.
Immune to...
There you go.
Cool.
And that's under health or endurance.
Endurance. It's a constant.
So Elemental score his vaguely sky-themed key lightning.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Alright, yeah. Yeah. I'll give that to you.
Okay. Effort committed. So yeah.
Your deaths will be the first in my re-establishing of power. I'll grind your livers into my immortality potions.
Well, potion now? I thought you just killed students and dragged their energy out
It's your
nebulously.
turns.
Is he immune to everything again?
He will be if you attack him. But if you don't attack him, then he won't spend the effort, which will delay even longer.
I'm gonna shoot through the wood towards that source of energy. Wait, it's petering out, so it's kind of
Yeah, the
pointless.
spell's
It's
gone
sunlit.
now. He's super fucked.
I'll just shoot him then.
Alright, he'll spend effort on Unbreakable. Which he actually can't spend from the idols, because it comes from his Word of Endurance. He has 2 left.
Why does he have so much fucking effort?
He has 5.
Jeez.
It's a boss battle.
Oh no. Why did we attack him? Like, I think I want to run away.
You almost got him, though.
He almost got me.
Yeah, he did. Then you'd have gone through your Divine Fury.
Is there like
Oh,
a
no.
cover mechanic or anything?
You can take cover, but he has flight.
Behind
So
a
we can-
doorway.
Oh, fuck. Alright, so you attack him with your bow?
Yeah.
Wham! He unbreakables it, so it just bounces like off of his skin. Nothing can hurt me! You should all surrender and let your death be merciful!
You'll tire eventually.
Look at how old I am! I'm not tired yet! I'm 200 years old!
Reaping word.
Sorry, what?
You point at any target and they die.
What?
Okay, he actually would have to roll to save.
Ah.
What?
Wait a minute.
Reaping
What?
word. Commit effort for the scene. Oh wait, for the scene. So
Yeah.
choose the target at any range. A gesture suffices if you can see the target. Otherwise, you must use a name that considers their own true name.
He has to be damaged, though.
Old age damage.
In order to get death, a single point of damage is enough. Shit.
He's
That's
a little-
funny.
What's up with that word?
Well, first of all, effort for the scene lets you instantly kill anyone, but if it's worthy, you have to commit effort for the day, which means Kevin would have to commit 2 effort. But if he had a single point of damage, he'd have to save or die, and he saves on an 11 plus, so he would have been fine. But still, the stone's on you.
Okay, I'm going to give us some cover here. So, I'm gonna look out into the yard that's probably through a window. The corpse yard. A
Yeah.
pale crown beckons.
A pale crown back.
Commit effort for the scene. You call up undead, summoning parts instantly from the nearest source if necessary.
One small mob of 1 hit die, lesser undead, is created for each 3 levels you have rounded up. So, one small mob of 1 hit die undead, rise up.
Just clawing through that. It's like, oh.
It's really fucked that you do that. You hate undead.
Necromancer!
Yeah, it was just because it's just like I'm thinking it's like, you know,
Smite.
The spirits
Smite
of
of
the
death?
dead.
they must be angry.
Yeah, this is gonna be fucking poetic.
Yeah.
This isn't bad. So yeah, you point, you reach out with your powers over death, and have the dead students come up to wreak their vengeance, and they do. They crawl on up, all pissed off and covered in flowers.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Mob of undead. They're like throwing rocks and hucking spears at him, like from like the grounds and stuff. No, students, stop! Get back in your graves! You died for a greater cause! My immortality!
It's like trying to shove them back to the ground.
Get back in there! Cut that shit out! Okay, so that was your turn. What do you do?
Well, I only have physical attacks and no effort, therefore I cannot hurt him. So I guess I just run off to where that connection was to and see what I can find there.
You could also, with your craftsman needs no tools, outfit all these guys with weapons.
Sure, yes. Make the spears of bamboo, just break them up against the floor and toss it to them.
So you just kind of quickly whoop, and now they all have ranged weapons.
Perfect.
It's like getting pelted with shitty arrows. It's like, oh god.
Whoa, you can't hurt me. I'm invincible.
Start throwing bones.
And I can't be vinced. So I guess that makes it his turn. He is going to attack the mob of his pissed off students, because fuck those guys.
They're so angry.
I'm just going to pause. Okay, yeah, so he is going to attack. He is going to attack these guys, so he needs a 3 or better to hit.
They have a bone to pick with you.
Oh my god. You fucking kids. Okay. Alright. So his first action, he drops him to 1.
Mhm.
And second action is... dead.
It
And he has
still-
1 attack left.
It was still funny.
He fucking destroys that undead mob with his Hadokens. And his Force Lightning. Back! Back in your graves, you failures!
Take back all of this energy.
And then he has 1 attack left out of his 4. What's your AC?
My AC is 3.
Yeah. 6 damage.
Jesus.
Murder.
I'm rolling so high.
Murder. Oh no.
The rule's recommended if you have less than 4 Godbound, maybe scale back his number of attacks. It's like, you can take him. You're all combat.
No.
I'm gonna spend my other effort to heal myself.
Okay. That's fair. Your guys' turn, top of the round.
Well, you could have spent the effort to protect yourself against this and then have an action. Right? Defense, miracle.
Yeah, you could defensively get rid of it, and then not have to heal back the HP.
Well, yeah.
With what? Alacrity? Sky?
Sky.
Alright, you skied away the energy with like a lightning shield. Your guys' turn.
So I didn't actually take that damage?
That's right, you didn't.
And
Yay!
you have an action.
Yay! But can I still not hurt this guy?
No, he has 2 effort left.
Why is this invincible? Why is he invincible?
He does physical
Unbreakable.
attacks.
Why does everyone not take this power?
I know, why don't we?
Seriously.
It's under endurance. It's hard
Majestic
to
is gonna be like, I'm just fucking gonna take this. I'm invincible forever. Fuck you guys.
get. 1,800 people are attacking me? I got this. Alternatively, you could try to offensively dispel it when it happens, then you just have to hit him once.
We have no effort, I think.
Who has effort left?
I can use Sky, because I have that one statue left.
How would you use Sky to dispel his unbreakable when it happens?
It rains on him, and he's so soggy that he can't.
He gets a good chill in his bones.
He's old. Pneumonia is like the #1 killer of old people.
It's arthritis!
Nature powers. Oh god.
Alright. So you're gonna use Sky to offensively dispel when he throws up his endurance shield?
Yes, that wasn't totally a joke. If I can do it, then
Sure.
yes.
Alright, so you have to wait for Kevin.
Yeah, I'm gonna strike at him.
I gotta just do 8 damage to him and he dies. That's all he needs.
Hit.
Wait, you have effort, right?
I have the
Oh shit, the 2 things!
Yeah. There's
So-
only 1 left. I used 2 already.
Oh my god, so this is the 3rd one.
Yeah.
So hit 4 damage.
Alright, he's gonna use his thing, and you're gonna offensively dispel it with your turn.
Yeah.
So he takes 4 damage. Okay, so the arrow goes into his stomach. He's like, lightning strikes him and shuts off his power briefly, polarizing him. Oh god! He falls onto the ground and gets up because he had to take effort out of his wings.
And hammer time.
He has 1 effort left.
Smash that old man's skull in.
Nope.
You rolled a 2.
I rolled a 2.
Damn it, Peter. You almost had this.
I'm adjusting this fight.
You could have rolled a hit, and then you could have rolled max damage and gotten 4 and killed
No,
him.
Mine goes up to 2. The D8 only.
Alright. He does not know how much juice you guys have. So, Real Man Shao will... What does he do when he takes enough damage?
Run away, run away.
Alright! And he has, like, his lightning set up. Maybe we can talk about this like adults.
Come
It's our
on.
turn.
No, he has 4 attacks coming down the pipe at you guys.
Okay.
So, you know.
We delay him until it's the end of the combat, and then we can start up and we strike first.
But then he have all his effort back.
So would we.
Yes.
We could just start this all over again.
He's a little more effort than us.
So, what? Speak then.
How about you leave my monastery forever and let me do whatever it is I do here, and don't ever come back?
No.
Okay, alright. Second idea, how about I take my stuff and leave and never come back?
How about you just leave with none of your stuff?
I need my
No.
stuff.
No, we don't want to. No.
Push over a lantern.
I just want to kill him.
Can you?
Like,
He'll do a bunch of damage to you guys and probably kill you guys. I'm just gonna leave.
Well, you know, if we divine fury, which we probably don't know about the character,
He starts walking back.
we'll level up soon.
If we ever see you around here again,
no, I'm just gonna kill him.
No, you're not, because he's gonna fucking probably drop most of you. But he doesn't know that.
Okay. Cheyenne wants to attack him, as I understand it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna let him leave and then go kill a bunch of people somewhere else.
Okay,
That's
Cheyenne
what he's
attacks.
gonna do.
Yeah.
Alright, if you're gonna attack, he's going to take his turn.
Like,
Looks like he's gonna leave, and then you guys attack, and he's like, alright, fine! No one lives! He attacks.
Perfect.
What's your AC?
3.
12, 15. A miss.
Wow, that's a first.
And then he rolled a 15, got a 30. 2 damage. He definitely hits Grant. For 5.
okay.
And what's your AC?
4.
10, 16, 20. Just on the dot.
Aw,
5.
at least I'm alive.
Wait, are you all alive after that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, shit. Alright, it's your turn.
Crossbow.
Unbreakable.
He's-
His last
Ooh,
effort.
ooh. How about we delay our attack until he goes, because then it would be his turn. So he gets one attack at us,
He can
and
still
then
do it
we
instantly, though,
punch him.
so...
I have a question. Does anyone
Oh
have
shit,
any
guys,
extra
he's
left?
unbreakable till his turn.
Yes. That's why we have to delay until his turn.
Does
And then on
anyone-
his turn, he'll activate Unbreakable. With his one last effort.
Wasn't this his last effort?
No, he has one effort left. He was going to use it
Ah.
for Sapphire Wings to fly away at 200 miles an hour.
Does anyone have any effort left?
No.
We have to survive.
What are your hit points?
2.
6.
3.
Well, yeah, he can like kill us all in one turn.
You guys have Divine Fury, so you'll live. And then you'll level up!
Yes, so
This is actually a pretty good win for you guys.
yeah.
Alright, so you guys are going to attack. You have to attack him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So he'll waste his effort.
Okay.
So he'll waste his... Well, you got to roll, because if you miss, he's not going to spend his effort. At least one of you needs to hit him.
Roll a 12, so I hit.
Okay, perfect. His effort's gone. You can't hurt me. I'm going to kill you.
Now guess he attacks.
And okay, so when you guys get dropped to 0 hit points, you can, and I didn't know this, you can choose whether or not to enter Divine Fury. You just let yourself be all injured and shit if you don't want to waste your Divine Fury. I didn't know that.
Clever.
It's pretty cool. Pretty good that you have options. He's gonna attack.
Okay.
So one attack on Unicole. What's your AC?
3.
Is that a 1 or a 7?
7.
That's okay, hit. You take 5. What's your HP? 1? Oh my fucking Christ. An 8, 18. What's your AC?
Mine? 1.
19. He misses Grant.
Wow.
Alright, he's gonna try and hit you again. He misses Grant.
Huh.
Okay, one more time.
He misses again.
He misses. Jesus fucking Christ! I rolled under 9
Ninja.
3 times in a row.
Just die, you stupid old man. And, he just misses the whole time. It's like, oh, this is a fucking witch fight all over again.
Yeah, now again, his Hadokens can't hurt you, so it's your guys' turn. You have to do 4 damage to him before he gets to go again.
Come on, Grant. You can do it.
So I hit.
And you kill.
2 damage.
Oh my god, Nicole. Oh my god, Nicole.
What's his AC again?
6.
Okay. I hit. And I do 1d10 plus 2. 2 damage.
There we go. All right, you guys continue to pepper him with arrows. And yeah, shunk into his chest, shunk into his forehead. He drops.
That was a really good call.
Ow!
Ah!
Okay. We did it!
Yay.
I'm gonna...
I'm going
Just
to
keep
check,
unloading into him.
Yep.
I'm going to check his body, and I'm going to check on that thing he's carrying something behind. What magical things are there?
All right, so you drop Real Man Shao,
Mhm.
and the students and Perfect Lady Wen all come out. Is he dead?
Yes.
Yeah.
Some of the students are like, "We're free,
Yes.
we're free!" And they all start taking off like their stupid robes and shit.
No, you can go home to your parents.
Yeah.
The mountain is still not able to be passable, but Wen can lead you.
Yes, I can do that.
We can go with you.
Yes, we're free now.
Yes.
Yeah, you can wait till we are ready.
She spits on his body.
Oh, that's okay.
I don't trust her. I don't trust her.
I don't really trust her, but yeah.
Her name. Her name's basically what made me not trust. And the fact she can leave and she can come
Her
and leave whenever she
stupid,
wants.
perfect body. She's
But
so beautiful.
She can come and go as whenever she wants. That means that she's in on it. Also, she's never actually described, I don't think. So we don't actually know if she's hot. She might just be spiritually perfect.
Oh my god.
Anyways.
She has a huge nose.
We can't. Oh my god.
Okay, so we need to rest.
You need a nap.
Yeah. The students shouldn't leave until we wake up.
So he just kind of forced you into those rituals with all your fellow students? That's kind of...
They all start talking about how much of a prick and bastard he was.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
He would like take advantage of the students and stuff here and there. It was not a great
Oh.
scene.
Oh, like grossly? Gross.
Oh yeah, it was not great.
Gross.
Old man gross.
Well,
What's,
head on to
uh,
a pike.
Right? What's, well, we don't want anger ghosts.
That's true.
Anger ghosts are a thing. What is... I'm gonna roll sense and motive on perfect woman.
Perfect.
She's telling the truth. Out of character because she's bound to the word of deception.
Well, I don't know that.
So fuck you. Fuck
so
all three of you.
So she seems... She
She
really
can-
seems like she hated that
Yeah,
guy.
she can.
was
She really did.
She
she was
was his
basically-
apprentice, though.
She was his lieutenant in this entire enterprise and hates this guy. And she was actually going to kill him if you guys didn't show up. See, he has a spell that lets him create a feast, and he does this basically so these guys can eat all the time. But if he eats one of the 5 forbidden grains, he'll drop dead immediately. So her shtick was she was going to hide like ground up bean paste butter or like rice flour, like flour, into his food the next time he wants to show off to the students his great and terrible power, and then just fucking drop. And she's
So we
like,
could have force-fed him bread.
yeah. If you
Oh my
only
God.
if he does this spell, the spell that creates infinite food.
Oh, okay.
If he does this Jesus spell, she was gonna like sneak food into like bread into his food, and he dropped dead. And then she's like, "Now I'm in charge." And her experiments weren't fucking insane.
Cool.
What do you mean they weren't fucking insane?
His experiments are fucking insane. That's why he's bound to words and crazy and stuff. You'll anyway. So you guys go up back to where his magic came from that you dispelled.
Yeah.
All right. There is the Garden of Golden Blossoms. So it is at the back of the monastery. It is an ornate cemetery that has like large sakura blossoms with like gold leaves on them, and they're like all flowing down and stuff. And out back are 10 grave mounds.
Can I sense how the bodies died here?
No bodies.
Really? Just grave?
One of them's fresh.
Fresh, no body inside?
Like it's a fresh grave that's just been filled. Like grass hasn't grown over it. Do you dig them up?
Yeah.
It's a coffin that is like built for this area. Like it's from this culture, and inside is a sword, like a Taoist sword.
Ooh.
If you dig up all 10 of the graves, you'll find 10 buried blades.
Random. I guess it's part of the ritual.
The magic he was using basically requires him to bury his sword, and it staves off death.
I'm gonna keep one of them.
But because he fucked it up, he basically, instead of like, one sword would give him like 20 years, it's instead one sword gives him like a couple months, couple weeks. So he's had to start really ratcheting through this.
And making a lot of swords.
Right?
All right, so we just
Okay,
have
So
a
the
bunch
second
of
you
swords.
dispelled it, he had 14 days to fix this, or he would die.
Oh no, he has swords. I could have given him tons of swords.
No, the sword doesn't. The sword doesn't matter.
Aw.
The 10 buried blades are actually not that important. But if you would have like snuck in here and dug one up, he would have instantly known and be like, "Oh no!" and would have had to like find you guys and rebury that sword, or he would have been fucked.
We just leave the mountain with it,
Yeah, huck it off a cliff or something. He's fucked.
smelt it down in front of him.
And that's why, as soon as you dispelled him, like, well, it's just as easy as removing one of the swords, so dispelling it means he has 14 days now to fix this. You rather have to dig them all up and rebury them and, like, make sure he doesn't fail the constitution check he has to make.
So these are really nice swords.
Yeah.
Well, there are.
There are ornately carved sandalwood coffins, which contain nothing but a Taoist priest's ritual sword. There are arcane connections to Shao.
So like, we should put like the bodies in these, which seems kind of morbid, but it's also like their death is what these were for, anyways.
There's
and,
a
like,
lot of bodies down there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, I don't know how many bodies each coffin. Like,
I'll make
How
you
many bodies
coffin.
are there?
Jeez.
yeah, these are really nice ones.
So I think I
Making
kind
the
of
next
desecrated those bodies. Do you think that's going to result in hungry ghosts?
You brought them back to have their vengeance.
Yeah, I
That
guess
was
so.
that was amazing. They actually got to
That's
try
a
and
word
take their
for it.
vengeance out on a
So,
guy here. We also should rebury them.
Back where I'm
Bury
from,
them.
that would have had me executed. So
Now we are the gods.
We should bury them in like a nice, according to their traditions kind of thing. I don't know what those are, but we know Redcap Hyung, and he does.
we've got the Taos right here.
Oh,
yeah, they would have fought you
Hmm.
if Zhao was here, but you told him to get the fuck out, and then you attacked him.
Yeah. Good call.
There also would have been 2 small mobs of students that you would have had to fray die to death.
Oh, quite
That would
so.
have been really sad too, especially because they're basically they're just held captive.
Slaves.
So yeah, I guess we loot this place now.
Yes, there's the Hall of the Celestial Master, which is Xiao and Perfected Woman Wen's quarters. She's not going to stop you from, looting this place. Inside are ancient silk scrolls, which you recognize immediately.
Ooh,
These scrolls are theuric invocation manuals
cool.
from, before the fall.
Wow.
Teach you magic.
Teach you theurgy better than your magic. The stuff Godbound can only use, really.
Nice.
Ooh.
Like, the big stuff.
If we find treasure in here, we should give a bit of it, teach students, so that they don't immediately get sold into debt again.
Right? To their family.
Wait, you guys
She's
set the
got
taxes!
family.
Yeah,
Ooh.
but they're gonna go back to their families and why are you here?
Well, no,
Fine,
yeah,
don't
exactly.
forget.
We should I was gonna say we should take the money and pay off their debts
Hmm.
if they still have
I
debts.
think
Unless
we
we can just waive
paid
the
it all
debts.
off with the huge sum of money from the mob.
We didn't pay off debts. We paid off that guy's bribery money.
Well, they were paying. Oh, they were.
Yeah, like how does that debt work? Can we just be like hand waved?
There's no-
You guys are in charge of it because you guys took over
There's no more
Gongfeng's
debt.
magistracy. You guys are in charge. You dealt with it.
I know we're in charge, but that doesn't mean the government doesn't still have records of them being in debt.
You could wipe those records and say it was paid and then lie.
But
Well,
the people above us know they
no,
never got their money.
No, they don't. No, they don't.
They
They
were
just
the
need to get
payment.
taxes. They need to get a set amount of taxes at X amount of time.
So yeah, we can just keep the treasure actually and just write off all the taxes. And it's like, oh, we've got this now, so
Yeah,
nobody needs to pay.
Those
Yeah.
guys were paying for the past taxes, so they are the payment. And
And those taxes were already wiped away
yeah, so everything's good.
by them going up to the monastery.
Okay.
Anyway, there is a scroll for Communicate with the Inner Gods, Fragments of the Heavenly Kitchen, and Rite of the Buried Blade.
Cool. I guess
Oh
that
god,
was
don't
it.
take that one. God.
He has it, and now you can learn it, and now you can teach them if they ever take sorcery.
We'll see.
Knowledge is mine.
I live forever, more so now.
So just to give you guys a little breakdown, Communicate with the Inner God. These are all invocations of Gate, by the way. Are you a Gate magician?
Not yet, maybe. Well, Gate, yeah.
It's Gateway Throne.
Yeah, I am Gate.
So, the Gates, Communicate with the Inner God, lets you talk to the God of people's inner organs to allow you to burn wealth in exchange for curing any sickness or disease they have.
Right.
Interesting. That's interesting.
He's like an HMO. Just give him money, a lot of money, and he's like, "You're cured. Come back to me in 10 years, or else."
So if you're studying South Park, Was it? We need to inject you with $10 million.
Basically, yeah, you're curing people with money.
It also functions to allow you to diagnose any mundane or magical illness. So you just cast and be like, cone of coal.
That's
like-
neat. I can do it better and for free.
Actually, he's the Theurgy's better than yours at the diagnosing. Because he can do magic. Like
I can
super
diagnose,
magic.
you can heal for free. Diagnose doesn't cost anything.
Once cured, the subject is forever immune to that disease.
Oh, that's really amazing.
Ah. Money cures forever.
This spell cannot cure hit point loss, but it can overcome any sickness or disease of less than divine potency.
I would very much love to learn that.
Next is Fragrance of the Heavenly Kitchen, which is a Taoist ritual of spiritual nourishment. So you summon up the scent of the celestial kitchens of the gods, and they're fed by the fragrance that sates them as food and drink for a full week,
I'm
which
picturing...
can affect 100 people, just like in Hook.
I was just going to say, I'm picturing Hook.
Now, the people who are involved have to abstain from all cereal foods for a week, or else they don't benefit. But if the person who cast this spell has tainted his body with grain, he has to save or instantly die, and you can't spend effort to autosave,
Jeez.
and any native poison immunity is ignored.
Hey.
Never use that one.
Don't eat cereal!
No.
Grain is bad for you, but if you want to feed 100 people for a week with water and food, like fucking Moses and the Israelites,
Oh no.
that's the spell.
100 people, oh my.
You're a bitch, you know that?
I'm sorry again. Crafting's like 1,000 people.
You can't craft food!
Eh.
You can't hug your children with nuclear arms.
Watch me.
You can't have food, really? I think
whole-
that'd be-
No, the crafting thing doesn't let you create food.
That's really sad.
Fine, I'll take some transmagnification.
Rite of the Buried Blade. It is a Taoist ritual where you redirect your impending death to your sword or clothing. So, when you do this, you're cured of any non-divine sickness or infirmities and guaranteed another 10 years of sturdy good health. Do it more than once really, really fucks with shit. Because you get penalties based on your age divided by 20 to a constitution check and stuff. And on a failure, you die. But that failure can be negated if a sufficient number of human sacrifices are available.
Ah.
One for every 20 years old you are.
That explains everything.
The rite is forevermore flawed if you do that, meaning that your death is postponed for only one season instead of 10 years. And continuing to do it over and over again really fucks you.
That explains everything.
There it is! All a nice, neat little package.
Perfect. Anything else we looked at?
There's one more celestial shard in the module, but you didn't get it.
Huh.
As far as Real Man Shao and his monastery, I mean, there's loot in here, but nothing that'll bring you above wealth 2.
You know,
This is shockingly enough a monastery. It just has fine art.
It occurs to me that the guy up here was getting paid to do his experiments. So why don't we just let this woman take over, do her experiments, which are less awful, and let her continue in his stead, and no one will know the difference. Then if students come up here, they're not going to be sacrificed. They'll just actually learn Taoism.
Yeah, that's my question, though. Her experiments might not be as crazy, but do they still involve murder?
I don't think so.
Because
Well,
we'll be here to make sure they don't involve murder, and we know how to get up and down this mountain.
But yeah, we should give that offer to her. It's like, do you want to just take over for them? We'll, keep in contact with your government and be like, yeah, we still got a teacher up here.
Still an immortality guy up here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. We
Works for us.
We'll send up willing students.
Or you could kill her and send up Redcap.
I like Redcap more. A lot more.
He would be a good...
Well,
um,
he's like a mid-level. How high level is she?
I don't know. It doesn't really say, but
I think
The point is that she's more evil than he is.
we don't know that, though.
like
What
she'd kill that guy probably.
Yeah. Well, for us, she appears like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, fair enough. In character, we don't actually know, and she does seem like she really hated this guy.
Plus, our red cap is pretty nice in our village, we need the local theirs downstairs.
We could always have 2 monasteries, just one in town for a certain type of Taoism, and this one for...
Well, yeah,
it's
like,
like
she's
open
doing-
fist or closed fist and open palm, basically.
What's that?
It's a Chinese philosophy, if I believe, about, war and peace.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, but this guy's experiments with, immortality stuff, the Redcap is just, hanging out, being a Taoist.
Enlightenment, basically.
He
Yeah.
basically has a tea house.
So yeah, we'll send students who want to study that up there, and he can have his own.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, he's not one of, like, the immortality dudes that get money for it, though.
So I gave Xiao the yin philosophy,
Uh-huh.
which is he's interested in you guys, he thinks you're cool, and he definitely wants you guys to deal with the Golden God, and then hopefully he can just get you guys to leave before he has to murder students.
Perfect.
The
Was
Yang
mine.
philosophy is a little different.
What's
Go on.
that?
He wants to grind you guys up to make his bread.
Makes
And it's
sense.
gonna, like, fucking ambush you and attack you over and over again to test your power and weaken you before he can kill you.
Jesus.
I want to eat your immortality.
Yeah. Oh,
Slurp,
you bet.
slurp, slurp.
You bet. Watch the fuck out.
Okay, so I guess that's it.
Yeah, you guys have cleared out Real Man Shao's monastery.
I guess that solves problem number 2.
Just we're gonna load all those corpses onto a.
If you want to spend some time with the sorcery, I think there's actually rules for ripping down that defense system.
I don't care really about
It's
it.
really useful though, like for
Yeah.
protecting this place.
Basically, are you gonna teach them to shuffle?
Why? They can come with me.
If you see him doing that, I'm gonna be like, "Why are you doing that? Is that how you get up there? Show us."
Yeah, like, obviously, he said
Why are
he knows
you
how
acting like that woman?
he knows how to get up and down here. We're gonna be like, teach us how to get up and down here.
Teach us our murder of children.
Hubble.
You have to hop. It's just a jump to the
Fair
left.
dance. Look, let's teach them wrong. They're like, hey guys, you're not getting it. It's this way.
I would beat you to death if I found out. It's like
It's just
oh,
a jump to
you're
the
trying
left and then a step to the right. Put your hands on your hips.
Actually, we'll just ask the woman since she's also here. It's like, hey,
She
how
could
do
also
do
teach you unless you kill her.
Whatever, if they want to learn.
Yeah, she's the expert here, so it's like, yeah, teach us.
All right, so yes, you leave the monastery to perfect woman when.
Mm-hmm.
Are you guys gonna deal with the Golden Lord?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Do we want to do that tonight, or it's 10:45?
Mm.
I think it's time for us to call it then. In that case, I'll give you guys 2 XP and 2 Dominion. And it looks like we have one more possible session in the entire module left, where you deal with the Golden Lord.
Yay.
Dun dun dun! The last thing standing in your way to completely owning this fucking place.
Yay.
All right. Well, I've been Devin, and we have had
Peter?
Kevin?
And Nicole.
and this is sponsored by Nobody for part 2 of 10 Buried Blades. Signing off.
I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, 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 and the flames went higher. And it burns, burns, burns. The ring of fire, the ring of fire.